It is day 7 of the Scotties here in Thunder Bay. We're a week in, and today is the final day of round-robin play as that playoff picture gets a lot clearer here in Thunder Bay. A lot of history in that building you see in the foreground. Fort William Gardens opened up in 1951. It hosted an NHL preseason game back in the day. A lot of wonderful events, and the Scotties is back. There's our feature, Einarson, Inglis, and a big draw 16 coming up. As always, glad you're watching our coverage right here on TSN. Brian Mudryk, Kathy Goche, and what is pretty clear, Rachel Homan is still unbelievable. She's on an 18-game winning streak when it comes to the Scotties. We know she's qualified for the playoffs, but with this format, what has stood out to you as we wrap up the round robin today?
Well, you used to just worry about your win-loss record, and it still absolutely matters, but who you lose to can make the difference of whether you get through or not.
Saskatchewan, Nancy Martin, her first time out of the province as a skip. It was a great run. And last night, there was a lot of drama on the line because a lot hinged on this particular game. This, a chance for the win against Lena Sturmey in Alberta.
And Alberta trying to make a double to get themselves out of trouble. Selena tried a very thin double on her final stone, only got one and rolled out. Draw to the paint for the win.
Great shot. She salutes the crowd. The good news, she won the game. The bad news is, though, that game decided the entire outcome of the top 3 teams in Pool A, and Martin, that win, it wasn't enough. She got the win. She will not qualify home, and we talked about her 18 games and counting now, that winning streak at the Scotties dating back to last year. We know she is in. Corinne Brown, man, what a strong tournament so far, a 9-5 victory for her. And Skurlik out of Alberta, 7-5 over PEI. So, with 1 day to go in round-robin play, look at the left side. It's decided already. Homan in 7-0. Now, Skurlik and Brown at 5-2. They own the head-to-head win. They've both beaten Martin and Sturmey. So even if they lost game number 3, it wouldn't matter because they have the tiebreaker. So that side is set. Pool B. A lot to be determined, though. Inglis, if she wins, she is in. Laurie St. George, Quebec, if they win today, they are in. Other than that, stick around because a lot of different scenarios still to be decided on this final day. For Danielle Inglis, pretty cool. You're competing at a Scotties here in your home province in Ontario. Last year, the 3 wins. Curling's a team game, Kathy, and if you look at the inside numbers of this particular team, they haven't been great, but they've really picked themselves up.
Well, the highest shooter on the team is Danielle Inglis, tied at 5th overall, and then the rest of them are 8th to 13th. That's not usually good enough to qualify. What they have done is made the right shots at the right time, put pressure on their opponents. As a team, they need to all be stronger today.
The great Reed Carruthers is the coach for Team Einarson, and he's probably reminding his team that they're 10 in games, not 5, because, man, Carrie herself, she's been the comeback queen in the last few games here.
And that has got to start a lot earlier. When you look at the lineup, Kristen Karwacki, the top lead in the field. The next 2 are 2 and 4. Carrie is quite a bit back, was 25% after the first 5 ends yesterday, and then becomes a hero. Needs to start earlier.
We caught her on camera at one point during an update. She said, I knew I would show up eventually, and maybe those comebacks, the TSN turning point for Carrie Einarson and her team, the skip, a 4-time champion at the Scotties. Lots to be decided. It's the final day of round-robin play, and it's next on TSN.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Scotties, Canada's #1 facial tissue brand. By Home Hardware, here's how. By PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada. And by BKT Tires, growing together.
The Scotties in these parts back in 1996, then the COVID year 2022, and we're back. 2025 Scotties, and in their home province, Team Ontario. What a great opportunity for Team Daniel Inglis out of the Ottawa Curling Club. Outstanding opportunity against the four-time champ Carrie Einarson. It is time to meet the teams, brought to you by Home Hardware. Here's how. Your skip, Carrie Einarson. At third, Val Sweeting. Second, Carly Burgess. And lead, Kristen Karwacki. And the team out of Ontario. The lead, Cassandra DeGroot. At second, Calissa Daly. Third, Kira Brunton. And your skip, Danielle Inglis, who is back for a second consecutive year. 3-5 last year. Chance to qualify for the playoffs this year. She is one win away, and she is in. There are your rock colors. It is Einarson, the red. It is Inglis, the Yellowstones. So before every game, there's the draw to the button to determine who gets the hammer, as we see Kristen Karwacki delivering. Top lead when it comes to the numbers, by the way, amongst all leads in the field. So two different players, Kathy. One in-turn rotation, one out-turn rotation, and whoever is closer obviously gets the hammer. It was separated by 30 centimeters this morning, and obviously advantage Inglis, who has hammer. And the reason I'm getting into this is because it is the second tiebreaker. We talked off the top. Head-to-head, that performance in beating your opponent, the number one tiebreaker. At number two, it's the last stone draw combined all week long, and that's something that could be critical for a team like Carrie Einarson that's on the bubble.
And last rock advantage is so huge in all games. And it kind of also gives you a sense that you may have draw weight if you win it as well.
9-8. Okay. Good call. 9.
Well, you saw those really good numbers for Kristen for such a long time. Was the fifth player on this team, and so when Brianne was suspended, Kristen moved into the active lead role, and it was a seamless transition because the team really knew her, she really knew the team, what Carrie likes and doesn't like, and that is an early oops.
And there's been a lot going on with this team, and you mentioned it. It's great that Brianna Harris, the appeal went through, so we look forward to seeing her compete at some point in the future. Shannon Burchert, the knee injury, so she's out as well. And if you look in this last season, I mean, they've had Laura Walker fill in, Dawn McEwen filled in, or Joanne Courtney, who's with us in the broadcast booth, she filled in as well. So Einarson talked about it, a lot of adversity, but man, they've been the comeback kids in this event the last few games, really battling back. And they've kept themselves alive here at this year's Scotties in Thunder Bay.
Opportunity to split the house, but have to find some paint.
Make it even. Go, 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 go. Yep. Okay, 14-5.
I'm assuming that's Peel.
Yeah. Go at it.
Yeah.
You got it.
And the new addition to the team, Carly Burgess, has played third for a long time, but she believes very much that her most natural position is second because of her upweight abilities.
And just underneath in Carly, wonderful junior career as a champion, and you know, such great numbers there, 3-time champion. And then we saw her with Jennifer Jones. How close was that final last year and Jennifer's final year, and losing to the champion Rachel Homan, who continues to roll. So Burgess, a wonderful pickup for this team.
Well, back-to-back finals for Carly. Those are such hard games to lose, but you learn so much from all of those experiences.
T-line. Okay. Next best place is here.
It's coming.
Yeah. Girl, if you can. To my broom.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wanting to go deep to make the double more difficult.
Hey, that's good. Nice throw weight.
Time for keys to the game on this Thursday morning, Kathy. Let's begin with Team Carrie Einarson.
Well, some brilliant second halves in the last two games, but really want to match that in the first 5 as well. And when Carrie is confident, we see her just start to loosen up and become such a great player. And I think that just the mental exhaustion of this year and who's playing for me this week can take its toll. And we've started to see that Carrie come back, needs to find that and run that through the weekend.
Look at this. Little thin double, and it works. That one does just hang on, but a good effort.
9-5.
Well, and for Danielle and her team, go at her. They know that the last 2 games, the first 5 have been a struggle, so jump on it while you can. And the blinders on reference is that for Danielle and her team, they said that they learned so much from last year. They are in a position to advance. That's new turf for this team. Don't think about where you could be. Think about the game that you're playing.
Keys to the game brought to you by Purex Bathroom Tissue. It's pure comfort.
Gotta go. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. As deep as it goes. Hard. Hard. Keep going. Keep going. Move it. Go, go, go. Keep going. 14-7. That's good.
Okay, so that's
Ontario doing a very good job of separating those stones.
good, normal. Good, about there, good. I think it might curl a bit.
And I don't know if Val Sweeting gets enough credit. You remember the Scotties here in 2022? Einarson won, beating McCarville that year 9-6. In that final, Val Sweeting was 90% in the gold medal game for her team.
Well, her average right now is 86. You saw it second amongst all thirds. The Scott Tournament of Hearts, the Scotties, is Val's milieu, if you will. Just rises to the occasion every single time she appears.
I figured it
Say
would
ball.
curl there. Yeah.
Unless we see.
Just control.
Runs center for a bit and finishes late.
Kira will try to roll back to the wings.
Hair down.
Little down. Yep. 11.
Kira, great experience coming up. Youth and curling in Canada, the U18 Canadian title for Northern Ontario. Won a U Sport title with Laurentian University skipping in 2019 as well.
Right out, Danielle.
And that's a tough spot early on. First of all, there's Pebble, but Kira came out and really pointed the stone, and it's really difficult to hold it. So great leg drive, arms really straight, but watch as she releases. There's the point in. Instead of that little bit set back to allow it to run straight and then curl, it was going. Great brushing to catch a piece.
Clean. Good, good.
Oh, well done.
Nice. Good.
What kind of weight?
Good.
Good. Yep. Okay. Normal. Norm. You got it. Normal. Whoa.
And that is a lonely area and a very quiet throw. No voices heard, but it's a nose hit.
Really nice throw. That far out in the wings is always a bit of a no man's land in the first end because no one is throwing out there in the draws to the button. It's too far out in the wings.
I'll let you know if she says clean.
Nice throw.
Okay.
Ran really straight.
Firm? Yeah. Okay. Throw good. You got to carry.
And this skip really owned the sport in Canada for that great run she had. 4 consecutive titles, a 3-time playoff MVP, the Sandra Schmirler Award.
Yep.
And considering all they went through last year, a pretty good 7-1 record, and then lost to Holman, and then lost to Kate Cameron in the 3-4 page playoff game.
Nice throw.
As Carey will hit and roll.
Nice ball, Val.
Back 12.
Great sweeping. Good. Thanks. I just stayed down on that one just because fresh.
Yeah.
Good. Great throw. Good throw. Thanks.
And she is the only team to beat, a Canadian team, to beat Rachel Holman this year.
This year.
Control.
Nose.
Nose.
Yeah. You got it.
Might be a hair.
And I should clarify, this season, which obviously we're early in the year, but you know what I'm saying.
I do.
It's been a heck of a run for Rachel Holman's team. But Einarson, you know, it's so funny. It's such a game of confidence, isn't it? I remember watching, you catch her after an update. She makes a great shot, and she's like, I knew I'd show up. And she's laughing with her team. I knew I'd figure it out eventually. And no pictures on the scorecard. If you heat up at the right time, well, now's the time. You got to start to heat up with the playoffs looming. Can you get there? That is the question out of this very competitive pool. And the shooter for Inglis will
Just really big.
just spit out.
9-6.
Maybe.
Have you got?
Close.
Good throw, just heavy.
Yeah, like close to normal, right?
Yeah.
So.
She's taking a good look. There's been a number of times this week, Muddy, where it'll look like that to us, that it's out for sure, and then the teams will be like, oh no, it's on. So Carrie is not going to risk. She's going to hit it.
That would be.
I know that it looks out from here, but when you stand over it sometimes.
I like it. Just,
You know, the way the week's gone, let's,
There you go.
but there's a better angle. Yeah, it's
okay, what kind of speed?
great job by our crew here.
Edge of the rock, and when you swing the measure around, you would really hate to draw somewhere else and maybe be short or heavy, and all of a sudden the opponent draws for two. So when in doubt, just make it go away, and if you stick, make Danielle work for the blank.
9. Clean. Easy. Clean. Yep. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Yep. Right to it. Keep going.
And now it's definitely out. And that'll force Danielle to make a play on the stone and play the blank here in one.
Not seeing it being straight in the 8 foot.
And it was like a big drop path.
Inglis works for Curling Canada, won the Marge Mitchell Sportsmanship Award last year, and that's presented to the player chosen by your peers as the curler that most exemplifies sportsmanship, dedication to curling. And if you've had the pleasure of spending some time with Danielle, she's just a wonderful person to hang out with and chat curling.
Extremely well liked by the players. Plays the game with passion and is very respectful to the opponent. Looking for the blank.
Little soft.
Final stone here in one as they run him up and down in this opening end.
Easy, clean.
And that will be a successful blank. Glad you're with us on this Thursday morning at the Scotties in Thunder Bay, the final day of round robin play. Welcome back to our Scotties coverage. A blank there in that first end. You can see in the distance Team Ontario with Hammer, so they have Hammer as well here in the second end, throwing the yellow rocks. Danielle Inglis, back-to-back appearances at the Scotties for her and her team out of the Ottawa Hunt and Golf Club, taking on the four-time champ. If she wins, she is in to the playoff scenario this year in Thunder Bay.
Okay. You got it. Control.
And that's the kind of outcome thinking that I was talking about in the keys for Ontario that you don't want to get in your head. This just needs to be a game like any other that you're going to try to win for the reasons to win, and not thinking about if I win, we advance to the final three.
Right to it.
So our focus is on Pool B. Pool A, we mentioned off the top of the broadcast, already decided. The three teams are set, but there's a lot to be determined. You see at 3-3, Kate Cameron really needs a win here. Unfortunately, Bailey Scoffin not on the ice this morning again. We send her her best if she's feeling under the weather. Christina Black at 4-2 has to try bring Quebec back, because if Laurie St. George wins, she is in. At 4-2, Einarson has to win. If Inglis wins at 5-1, she is in. And for Carrie Galusha, she announced it's her final ever appearance at the Scotties. And, you know, Kathy, you think about wins and losses, but you know what will stand out to me? In her final Scotties, competing with her daughter. And we had some fun. They were one of our feature games that we picked up earlier in the week, and it was really cool to hear the sound of what it means for them to compete together here.
Well, and I believe Sydney may be having talks with her mother about reconsidering retirement. And I'll tell you, Carrie, if she steps away from the game, as she said, it is not going to be for any diminished sense of capability. She has made so many great shots this week.
And one of those teams that she beat, how about Carrie Einarson? And what, Sydney's 15. They have a 15 and a 16-year-old on that squad, and it was really fun to see that. And Carrie can play. I mean, Galusha, she can still play, but end of an era this year, Scotties.
So trouble for the Einarson team started early again. Kristen trying to play a straight back, got a little bit in-out on release and wound up splitting her own and just moving the yellow stone. For Ontario, really trying to keep those stones separate. But here is a chance for a thin double for Carly to get out of trouble.
Speaking of trouble, update time, and Nova Scotia, Christina Black, Laurie St. George, and good pressure by Black and her team. It's I think a hit against 4 here, Kathy.
It is. Christina very frustrated with her loss last night, but for Laurie and her team did not come out firing, facing 4, trying to make the double on the 2 stones in the 8-foot to score.
The big addition to this team, you see her on the right, Lisa Weigel, the 2-time champ. Now they'll jam, but all things considered, you just give up the 1. That's not bad considering
what she was facing.
What you faced. Boy. And if you look at Christina Black's record, they're 4-2, Kathy. We've covered a lot of her games. She could be undefeated.
Yes, she could.
She really could. She's played some nice curling, but just let a couple games get away from her.
Close, clean. Straight. Clean. Whoa, whoa. Cass, a little, a little, a
Straight.
little. And then a little roll.
Avoids the jam. And Ontario lies the 2. All the scores now this morning. A blank over on sheet D.
Do you want that same
Nova
way?
Scotia, the 1-0 advantage. And it's Kate Cameron. And that's another team, if you look back, and they don't happen to qualify. Kate Cameron.
Oh, 2 games in a row.
Right? Like had teams and then just allowed them back in. And I guess that's the beauty of the game, right? There's no lead safe at this year's Scotties in particular, that's for sure.
This is the audible. We're trying to hit and roll. Now trying to play the wick double.
That's a great audible. And 1 yellow goes. Shooter sticks around.
Speed was good.
Speed was great.
Yeah.
The call was the hit and roll in front, but it was just tracking or Val got out, I'm not sure. And so trying to make the most out of what you're getting from the throw.
Well, Kathy, we are officially in thin double country, the home of the great Al Hackner here in Thunder Bay.
Yes, the Iceman. Saw him last night. What an amazing story, local hero.
Heather Houston, Rick and Lorraine Lang from these parts. Of course, Trista McCarville, not the week they wanted, but such a great team and great people. Nice hosts here in Thunder Bay.
Good call. Thanks. Can you get me a right-handed glove from the change room? Someone took mine.
Well, that's not very nice.
No. Look for a right-hander.
And here's the lefty, Val Sweeting.
11.
And you brought up a good point, Kathy. I didn't think about it. In the draw to the button we talk about, it's not necessarily an in-turn and an out-turn, because if you're a lefty, then you have to just throw each turn, no matter.
Right. It's clockwise and then counterclockwise.
Yeah. So good point by you, Kathy Goche. There you go. High
I'm here
five.
for you.
Good throw. Good.
Nice weight by Val. Good control of the weight. The kind of weight that at the break point the sweepers can make a difference. The really high hard ones, you don't really see the effect of the directional brushing.
Air big. Okay, well then. Whoa.
The majority of this team lives in Ottawa. The skip Inglis in Whitby, Ontario, just outside of Toronto.
Trying to roll a little bit again, and we'll do so.
10-3. Sorry.
Well, we talked about how Carrie is very different, and she's given her whole team cardiac arrests a couple of times. Look at the difference between the left column. That's an ends 1 to 5. Points for versus what happens in the second half. Points against gives way less. Steals much higher. Steals against, 11-1. And the hammer efficiency, not so great in the first 5, but extremely productive. 50% or better is really, really good. She was down 5, she was down 4, and came back. Her second half cannot be matched, but her first certainly can.
Can you
Feel like this
recall
might be a little
in
pressure when
Scotty's
stay down.
recent
Yeah.
memory a comeback that she pulled off like that against Kate Cameron? I mean,
Right.
it was pretty
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
The
like
final,
that.
you think, to Holman, where Chelsea Carey came back in a Scotty's final, but I mean,
Yeah, Carey,
that
good.
game, watching it unfold, there was a lot of drama and a lot of beautiful shots from Carey Einarson.
And it's really hard on the opposing team as well, because you start to see the Carey Einarson that won 4 titles coming at you, and the momentum switch is, you can just feel it on the ice.
And that feeds through your team, too. When you
Sure
see
does.
skippers starting to feel it, gives you a little pep in your step. And she'll roll a bit inside, but
Good throw.
and still looking pretty nice here for Ontario to try get their first 2 of this game.
Good throw. Yeah.
Now, Danielle truly does have 2 options on this. She is shot stone, has last rock. She can play this hit. She alternatively could play the draw down to it or play to that side, but I think it's early in the game and just feels more comfortable with the hit.
And you know what? A simple 2, right? Just a nice simple 2. Can't go wrong early in the game.
But has to stick.
Okay, you got it.
All right. Control, guys. Control.
And they seem pretty light. To your point, Kathy, don't think too much about what's ahead. Just think about this shot, this game, in the moment. And maybe you learned some of that last year, in your first appearance as a skipper with this team.
Tear down.
Easy, easy.
That's okay.
Yep, 10-8. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Trying to hold the line here. Do not want to roll out. Need to hold the shooter around. Keep the 2 alive. And they will.
Okay, I think.
Well thrown.
Great go. Nice.
Wait, was
We
fine.
talked a lot
Yeah.
about Rachel Holman, and rightfully so. Her amazing success recently. Inglis was an alternate for Rachel in 2021 in Calgary.
Irritate on you.
And what you can absorb being around a player like Rachel and her team, their habits, what they do, and
Love it.
now wearing that Ontario jersey with pride. Chance to join Rachel in the playoffs here.
Take it. Yep.
Well, there's some separation, and with Danielle hitting there's an opportunity for the double. And this up weight hitting, that is Carey Einarson's strength.
That extension, big weight, outturn, nothing yet. And this one's drifting. I'm right behind this one, Kathy. It's going to hit on the outside and roll. So it'll be the draw for 2 here for Ontario and Danielle Inglis. And she was one of the players that participated in the draw to the button, Kathy, and she put it just shy of the pin.
Yeah.
This exact same shot
Okay,
and
draw the
turn, so
button,
she
Pat.
should know this
Yeah,
path.
it's not as good right now. Just a hair.
Probably like a 15.
Yeah.
Not 15-5.
Yeah.
You know it, though.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep.
Like you can.
Only needs full 12.
Gotta go.
Heard that little comment, maybe not quite as fast as practice in that draw to the button to start the game.
Curling.
Hard.
Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Hard. Hard. Kira. Hard. Hard.
They gotta go.
And they are going. I think they're going to be just fine.
We're okay, guys.
Very efficient Ontario was this end. Well played, leads to a deuce.
The first 2 of our game, and a high five there. 2-0. Ontario over Manitoba. There you see lead stones on the way in our feature. Cassandra de Groot, actually from Northern Ontario, from Sudbury, now lives in Ottawa. 2 on the board for Team Ontario in that second end. So here in 3, for the first time, it is Team Manitoba. Carey Einarson with the hammer, throwing the Red Rocks.
think you can stay down on this.
Nice.
Little minimum.
Let it work if you can. Let it work. No line.
Okay, we're light.
There it goes.
Anything. Go ahead, Val.
Hard curl.
Go ahead, Val.
Distance. Straight. Hard.
Straight.
Go, 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 go. Hard.
Keep going. Keep going.
Good sweep.
Good.
And a nice corner guard.
Yeah, if it was
Thrown
fully
up by
off the
Kristen
line, it never
Karwacki. It's always special to play in the Scotties, Kathy, but it's more special when you have that support of family and loved ones. And there is Grandma Gloria Bauer, 91 years young,
That's
cheering on her
so
granddaughter.
great.
Yeah, good morning to you.
All there.
Kristen's mom is right beside her. It's so nice when your mom
Okay, if we're in,
and your
bring it all
grandma
the way.
comes. You just have that extra support. Somebody that, or some people that are just non-judgmental. They're just going to support you however you're playing.
Oh, they're judgmental, Kathy.
Yep.
That's Mom Chris and Grandma Gloria. Good morning to them both, and that's great to have that support.
I'm sorry.
Oh, now her phone's lighting
Yeah.
up. Chris is
Overalls. Yeah.
loving the headgear, Grandma.
Bumper. Okay, you got it. Stay close here. No. Curl, 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 curl.
Oh, a little flip out by Carly on release. They are going to have to push hard to make contact at all.
I think they're going to get there, though, Kathy. And they will.
Great job by Val to move that. That was quite wide.
Thanks.
I like it when a plan comes together on this sheet on C. I'm actually right behind the action, so I have a pretty good view. And that was a great carve, to your point, Kathy, to carve that over and what you can do to work those stones over with some hard work.
Yep. Hard. 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 Really hard. Hard. Hard to stick. Hard.
Trying to hold this one now for Calissa Daly.
Hard.
And
Okay.
enough to push it out. Shooter sticks around. And the updates continue on this Thursday morning here at the Scotties. It is Nova Scotia, Christina Black, a 1-0 advantage. And one
In
stone
trouble.
to come here from Laurie St. George. And yes, against 3.
Well, it was against 4 last end, against 3 this end. Not sure if they're playing more aggressive or it's just Nova Scotia's come out barrels blazing. But for Laurie, she cannot just hit on the nose. She has to get to the inside in order to score.
And calling her sweepers off right away. Jamie Sinclair's in the house calling line. So back-to-back single steals for Christina Black. Trying to bring St. George back with another loss. And remember, we've talked about it a lot, the head-to-head matchup. That makes that game so critical because if Quebec happens to win, they do qualify for the playoffs, top 3 in their pool.
Take a hair more.
It'll run a bit straighter here.
Any more?
Yeah, because we can play off our yellow, too. You got it.
She can see about a half of the stone, and you heard the audible. Can we just have a little bit more ice? We have an option off of our own. We don't want to wreck on the guard.
Now.
Yeah, go.
Hard.
Hard.
Hard. Hard. You're moving it. Yep. Keep going.
Just running out of speed, though.
Right out. Keep going, right out.
Just enough, right out to lie to.
Good carve by Cassandra.
Yeah. I was like,
Nice throw.
It does. 14-5 will be too much.
And over on sheet D, Carrie Galusha,
Let's make
final
it.
stone. And I think it's just a drop or two, Kathy. I don't think that.
I think
mellows in.
so. That one at the back, it's one of those stones that sort of is close enough to consider, but it does look like it is the single looking to draw for 2 for paint.
2 games today for Carrie. She'll wrap up her Scotties career tonight against Ontario and Inglis in her final game.
it'll go. 14-3.
Get it by the guard. Trying to roll just a little bit.
So in our feature, that'll be shot stone for Einarson. And yeah, that does stop in time. It will sit for 2. And a 2-0 lead
we'll go
over
see Amber. I
Newfoundland
need
and
to drink.
Labrador.
It's a great rock.
Is this less? Yes. Like you can.
Same. Little less.
Whoa,
It's good.
clean.
Same.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Big.
Cass, hard.
Hard.
Hard now, really hard.
Hard.
Hard to stick, hard to stick. Hard, hard, hard. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Go in the red. Hard.
Hard.
All the way out. All the way.
Hard, Danielle.
It's a little bit of a tricky path. It wants to run out there for a long time.
And kudos to to the ice and the ice
After a
technicians and
while.
everyone working. I feel like the house is a lot more lively now, Kathy.
The conditions the first couple of days had a lot of people worried. It was flat the first day. It almost felt like it was melting. And then it got very cold and very straight. But they sharpened the stones and the ice has settled in. It is predictable. You can make all kinds of shots on it. And the level of curling has gone up dramatically because of that. So props to the entire ice technician and his crew.
Back off, back four.
Done a wonderful job, and I know it's a lot of work.
And for those not familiar, texturing the stones, Kathy, it's basically a little turn on some sandpaper type material, makes them sharper, allows them to grab the ice and the pebble and curl more.
It
more
does.
movement.
The way that
I don't know
goes.
if it will, like
half
with
here.
a different rock, but
Yeah.
Calessa's was her curly one. That's why I went hard. This will still go. It'll just take a little bit longer.
And for Carrie Einarson and her team, they could have hit that stone and rolled, but if you don't roll, Carrie's
That's
looking
sliding nice
very
there
much
now.
to score 2 and thought they would go around. And Danielle's going to realize very quickly she cannot see very much of the stone. In fact, from the hack, nothing.
Okay. Just a little less than hack
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
you got it.
It does curl this way,
Yeah.
though, and that's a high guard.
Calissa
Not
seemed to
fully
come
up to
off a
speed,
little bit
yeah.
through this path.
It did, yes.
Yeah.
Hers also with the 8 there, though.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you got
Stay
it.
close. You got this.
Inglis had
Like you
great
can.
success in youth sport, winning 2 gold medals with Wilfrid Laurier, playing with Holly Duncan.
Back 12. Easy.
Trying to continue her sharp play this morning very early, but still 100% on this Thursday.
Calissa! Hard,
And now calling for the carve.
Hard! Hard! Keep going! Hard! Hard!
Man, you'd think it's Thanksgiving with all this carving going on here early, Kathy. And that one
That was really good.
doesn't work out.
Nice weight.
Her weight was pretty good. I think she threw it well. That stone was buried. Just probably needed less weight if she was going to get the finish.
They chatted too. They clearly chart these stones, and they were having that conversation about, your stone,
guess
we
we
knew
could
that
put
was
the
going to
broom
go.
in the hair.
We'll listen in.
2.
Yeah, I think if you started off center, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
Just talking
I
about
like
how
it.
it
I love it.
runs on
Okay,
that center
15.
line for a
Yeah,
while
yeah.
before it takes its break.
We gotta be full 8.
Full 8.
Okay. All right, Carrie, let's make this a stabilize here.
Well, 2 choices for Carrie. You can split the house to score 2, but Carrie Einarson would prefer to get 3, and so going back around that cornerstone. Wants to be in front of the tee line, take away any sort of a freeze.
Line's tight. Okay, we're there. Okay,
Easy, easy.
okay. Top 4.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we're there. We're there, just me.
T-line. Whoa. Coming in straight.
You talked about Carrie
your
needing
group?
better starts, and she listened to you,
We're there,
Kathy.
we're
She's
there, we're there.
88% so far. Again, it's early, but and that's a nice shot there to lie the 2. She's got hammer here in this third end.
Really good shot.
Great throw. Atta girl.
There. I like that.
It should float a bit with mine.
Mine. The mine ran off the line a lot longer. So, yeah, I think there's just something to the center line.
So trying to use her own and roll into this area right
Sending it into
behind
there.
Yeah.
the stone just
You
thrown
got
by
it.
Carrie. Will try to
can't we?
use the stone that Carrie just threw as a guard in the house to protect.
Like you can.
Now they have thrown a lot of stones in this outturn path, this morning in this end. So for Danielle, well, should have a pretty good sense of confidence what it will do.
Firm. Close. Whoa, 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 whoa! Whoa!
Her final stone here in 3, up against a pair.
Whoa! No! Yep.
There's the slash. And she'll get the 1, so it will be the open draw for 2 here. And answer back here for Carrie Einarson in this third end.
Just a lot more weight than they'd thrown in that path, and that's why it tracked just a little bit.
Yeah, it's interesting that side that like you'd think would go more, it just doesn't. I feel like I remember this from the last time we played this sheet. Like it curls, but not crazy.
Get it. Throw good.
Chance for 2 for Carrie. And she certainly has a whole bunch of the house to throw to, but throwing in the exact same path because she knows exactly what it will do.
So you see that number, Kathy, 78% on draws this week, second among skips. Is that, I mean, what story does that tell you? Is it tricky conditions early, lack of confidence early, figuring it out? What do you think?
It's actually remarkable given the fact that they've struggled overall, Carrie has, but her draw weight has not been a problem, and there's a great example of it. First and second one.
Yeah, and she's playing great. The numbers speak to it as well. A good start for her. And both skips have a pair now, as we're all tied up in our feature here from Thunder Bay. On the shores of Lake Superior, over 100,000 people call Thunder Bay home. The Sleeping Giant Provincial Park, also here. Terry Fox had to end his epic run here. What a hero he is, a Canadian hero, a beautiful statue honoring him in this city as well. So your standings at the Scotties. On Pool A, everything's decided. Rachel Holman 7-0. You see Skurlik and Brown in 5-2. Why they've already qualified? Because they both beat Martin and Sturmay. So even if they dropped to loss number 3, it wouldn't matter because they have the tiebreaker against those teams. Pool B is wide open. Inglis, if she wins, she is in. St. George, win, you're in. Now you see those numbers on the right. The last stone draws. The lower the number, the better. That's the other tiebreaker. So you can see right now on the right side, for example, St. George, that's pretty good, 348. Black, pretty good, 331. The best, though, Caitlin Laws.
Well done.
At 165.3 centimeters. So for Caitlin, right now, that is the difference if it came down to that particular tiebreaker. But right now, it's head-to-head.
And last year when there was a tie situation, it was Caitlin Laws that did advance based on that draw to the button, the last stone draw. So critical. And so many things in this pool up for grabs today.
Once again, kids in the house. It's been lively, the morning draws at Thunder Bay Fort William Gardens.
Guarding for now. Okay. My tolerance here is I'll give it to you
Great
guys,
hospitality in the city.
15
Great food
speed,
as well,
15-3.
Kathy. So impressive.
We've
a
had
lot
some
of the
great
restaurants
food
in the local area had a great service. Awesome stop here in Thunder Bay.
Went to a little place called Windy Shores the first day and tried the sparkle water drink. He was a young entrepreneur. There's just some really unique things
I liked it. Should be
that
there.
we've been able to experience in this wonderful city.
Easy, easy running. Running, top four. Easy.
In a 2-2 tie, our feature game in 4, Einarson
We're still there.
and Danielle Inglis.
Really close.
Can't bounce on this line. Go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yep.
You see Einarson shot stone, and that'll settle for third shot rock.
A really good start for Ontario, but Kristen made a really good wrap around. And now Ontario is chasing.
Kalissa and Kira on this team, best of friends, competed together as youngsters, and now on this Inglis team, second year.
Roll it. Go.
Okay.
Looks like max size now.
Let's go back to Nova Scotia and Quebec, and every time we checked in on Laurie St. George, there's been a lot of trouble to contend with. And, I think she shot rock, though, here, Kathy. It looks to be.
I think she is, but she's looking for multiple points, and Christina Black capped off the access to the hearts, which forces Lori out in the wings. She's trying to slash the guard in and remove the Nova Scotia stone. Potential for 3.
There's the slash, and it comes, hits the red. Oh, what a shot. Lori St. George. Yeah, hand goes up. That is awesome. Not a lot of smiles from smiling Lori early on, but that'll do it. A 3-2 lead after giving up a pair of single steals. That's a great shot from the skip.
Good, girl. Good throws. Good sweep.
This ends such a great example of why Kristen is the top lead in the field right now. Made a wonderful wrap, and instead of Ontario looking to split the house, they are now chasing hard, trying to open things up and have access to the shot stone that belongs to Carrie Einarson and her team.
Yep, bring it back. Okay, that's good. Nice.
Good. Well done.
Good call. Thanks. Kind of speed, sorry.
Control.
Okay. You got a bow throw, good.
Whoa.
10. 10, heavy. Lean. Curl. Whoa, curl. 10. 10, curl. Curl. Roll it. Roll it. Yep.
Little wiggle there as Val will hit and roll over. And it's still shot stone, Einarson. That one lonely yellow there, top 4.
Yeah. What was that? 10-6. Wait, was good.
Wow, Kate Cameron exploding with 5 now, and a 5-point cushion over Yukon. Quebec, you saw that wonderful shot. Roy St. George leads by 1. And Carrie Galusha up 2-0 over Newfoundland and Labrador. There's a blank there in the third end.
Well, for Kate Cameron, she's seen that early lead before, and the key is for her to hang on to it.
Heel.
Trying to play the thin double.
Nice.
Yeah, nicely done. Got them both going.
And doesn't care that her own went out the back door. For Danielle, was in a lot of trouble. Takes away a lot of those stones. Really good shot. And to make that double, you probably were going to push that yellow back. It just, whether it went out or not. But well done. Changed momentum in this end for sure.
Kira was an alternate a number of times at the Scotties, and now the second straight appearance, of course, with his team. Back one more time for Team Ontario.
Whoa. Yep. Hard. Hold away. Hard. Right to it.
Trying to avoid the jam.
Good job. Really good.
And wiggles it back, but they do lie to 2 without hammer here in 4th.
Good shot by Val.
Okay.
I think I just saved it a hair because all those are running on me. Thought I fed my first one back enough to that it would curl, but didn't.
Control. Easy. Close. Whoa.
Close.
Yeah.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep. Yeah. Really hard. Really hard.
Hard.
Really hard.
Hard. Whoa. Okay.
The is because she took a look behind her and knew that it was going to jam.
Can't throw, we just have to go. Yeah.
This is right on center, so I don't know if it'll go as hard.
I feel like it'll stay straight.
Yeah, I think you can hold it.
Oh, he's one of my people. For sure, a Jets fan. Huge hockey game later today. And of course, even though Connor Hellebuck has a couple of Vezinas in his closet, if he doesn't want a career today and kind of maybe practice a different move, I'd be really grateful.
What you're trying to say is you hope he has a bad game tonight, do you?
Well, I'd sure like Canada to win. Let's put it that way.
A lot of great NHLers have come from these parts as well. Of course, the great Stahl family. Trevor Letowski, who's an assistant with Montreal now, Matt Murray, Mackenzie Blackwood, and Carter George. We saw at the World Junior, and I watched him win a under-18 gold for Canada and Finland. He was outstanding. And his mom, a great curler, Tara, back in the day as well,
sure
competed in the Scotties, down the podium.
Nice call, Val. Yeah. Good.
I just rolled too far.
Nice. It's okay.
I want it to stay like in the like the 8, so if she does tap, it's like.
Well, for Danielle, you're not going to get rid of all 3. So if you can sit in the pocket, and that's why Carrie said, there's a lot of ahs going on in this end. If she's able to sit in the pocket, it outcounts the other stones.
Let's see it again. I think we need more. A little bit then. I need to throw a little bit of weight to tap though, so it's going to run better.
You do and you don't. So for Danielle, she's talking about a little bit of weight. You can even be here because tapping it doesn't matter. If you're in that general area, Carrie's got to make a play at it. There's going to be 2 stones that she can freeze against. You can tap it, but then that also makes it easier if you remove one from play for Carrie to blast it out. And she's always going to have that stone on the right-hand side that may wind up forcing Danielle.
Back 8.
Easy line.
Little down. Okay, play the weight. Line's good.
Have a look.
Back 8. Whoa, whoa. Easy line. Line's good. Go for weight.
Yeah, go. Gotta go. We're just back 4.
Hard.
You're dragging it. You're dragging it. Go.
Hard. As far back as you
Big
can.
communication, a great brush, and they kind of nailed it. They said, yeah, back 4. They couldn't get it back to that pocket, but she has to avoid the jam.
Really nice judge on the weight, guys.
That one, it's okay.
For sure, yeah. I like that.
I assume just the pick.
Yeah.
I think that line's perfect.
Pretty cool, Kathy. We see a lot of the kids that are learning about curling, and they're here. Well, Carrie's twin daughters, Chloe and Cameron, are actually part of the Future Stars.
They were, I saw
this week, right? Where you get to come out and hang out with the rock star curlers here. And how many times do you see, and we talked about Carrie Galusha's daughter a few years back at a Home Hardware event, a photo with Carrie Einarson. And then what? 5 years later, she beats her at the Scotties. They're coming, right? The next generation. You got to love it.
Clean.
Just trying to pick this stone out.
Yep. Keep going.
Yeah, nicely done.
Nice sweep.
And it'll be the draw against 3. And there are the twins cheering on Mom. That's really special.
Carrie's dad and mom on either side of the girls.
Same ice. I think it'll come up a hair now.
Maybe a footer. Yeah, we have backing too, so.
We saw earlier in the event too, it was Nancy Martin's granddaughter named Scotty, of all names, was in the crowd. And I think Nancy got more to kick of seeing the granddaughter in the Jumbotron than the great shot that she made. It was...
You're not wrong. And so for Danielle, it's not about coming down. They've said to her, you've got backing, but you're not thinking about that. You're thinking about replicating the throw that you just did, which was the 4-foot, and that's the draw weight that you want to dial in on.
Well, she had it right off the start this morning with the draw to the button. She threw a pretty good one with her first. Has the backing here. And nervous times, but she'll use the backing and get the 1. It's a funny tendency, isn't it, Kathy? You know you got the backing, and sometimes a little more than you need, but she gets the single. It's 3-2. Welcome back to our curling coverage here at the Scotties. It is the final day of round robin play. It is Carrie Einarson out of Manitoba taking on Danielle Inglis out of the Ottawa Hunt and Golf Club as she competes in her home province here. And use that backing, Kathy. Able to use those red stones to get that single. So playing her way here in 5, it is Carrie Einarson with hammer throwing the red rocks.
Good job by Carrie and her team last end to put Danielle and Ontario into a trouble, and then the force. And the last thing I heard when Danielle sat in the hack is one of her sweepers said, "You've got backing." And sometimes when you've got that thought in your head, you just add that little bit extra that she did not need.
So that one obviously biting the house, allowing Karwacki to make the play, make the hit, and remove it.
Yeah, it would have been heavy then. Yeah.
That's nice, eh?
Well, the edge right now this morning goes to Cassandra, and that's what we talked about in the opening.
15?
The numbers for Ontario, you want to move those up. You saw Kristen at 69. That is probably her lowest for the week so far, but lots of time to bring those up.
Yep. Okay. Top 8. Play the weight. Curling. Yep. Line. Hard line.
We listened in a little bit on the break. Danielle saying that she feels that they can tighten the broom a little bit, that they're not getting as much curl on this sheet as they felt they had on others. And so the team is aware that that might mean some additional brushing to keep things out. And you saw that one getting very close to the guard.
Cardi Burgess run it back. Oh, great shot. Gets the yellow, opens things up. But still a couple corners. A little bit of something for Ontario to work with here. As Calissa Daly will throw the out-turn draw.
A little bit line.
Lots of line here. Back 4. Okay, stay close. Back 8. 13-8. Whoa. Girl. Yep, go now.
Over on sheet B, you see Nova Scotia lying 1 for sure, maybe the 2.
It is hard to tell, and this is the first time that Nova Scotia's had last rock. They've stolen 1, they've stolen 2.
That was a wonderful slash last end by Laura St. George to score that 3. The game started with 2 consecutive steals of 1 for Christina Black.
I think she's just trying to draw in for her second or third point, but they are working really hard, and this is going nowhere.
Okay.
And now we'll listen to what they
It's a
say.
different line than the LSD, but it's light. That was light, guys.
Okay, so you hear, yeah, it was light, but now is it 1 or 2?
I'm going to assume 2 because Jamie was the one that kicked them off, and she wouldn't have done that if it was her own.
Yeah, I didn't have room. Jill? I kicked a little too hard, so I didn't have room to stick it good. Yeah.
She's like the Jordan Spieth of curling, right? Like, great commentary. You know, we're so lucky to have microphones on our athletes, and she's a spark plug out there. A lot of fun to watch.
And speaking of spark plug, great shot by Carly Burgess to split those 2 stones. She's got 1 behind the corner guard and 1 in the open. And with Manitoba having last rock, that's a great setup for a potential 2.
And right at Akira's hand, they pick her up. This thing is really starting to move. And it'll be second shot stone belonging to Einarson, so a chance to hit and lie 2 with hammer here in 5.
Thumper.
Yeah, the bounce looked good.
Yeah, nice finish here.
Yep.
Great numbers for Val.
Lean. Yep. 11-5. Yep. Yes. Hard.
Trying to roll into the open, not behind the guard.
Roll it, Kristen. Yep. Good.
And does just that.
11-2. Okay. Even just a little. Control.
You know, so much this year has been about the changes with Team Einarson, and I think that we talk about Carrie and the different throwers, but I look at Val as somebody who has had to have been the bridge between all of the new players coming in and continuing to give Carrie what she needs. And so the fact that her numbers are so high when she's playing so many roles, to me, is a real tribute to the player that she is.
I think Russ made the joke. You know, if you're a fan here, you got to open up the pamphlet to see who's playing on Team Einarson. Well, Carrie had to open up the pamphlet. Right? It was like a revolving door of players, but the one kind of solidifying factor back there has been Val Sweeting.
10-8.
Good throw.
Little light.
Easy. Whoa.
Curl. Speed's good.
Curl. Hard curl. Hard curl.
This will come off the line once it gets off, but it runs for a long time.
Keep going. Good.
And, you know, you talk about that run for, you know, Val and Carrie, and, I mean, the team is obviously a lot different this year, but you're in rarefied air when you're chasing down your fifth title all time. Rachel Holman chasing down a fifth title all time. It is a special time to be a curling fan in Canada.
Good. Yeah.
We've got some wonderful women playing this game.
Okay. You got it. You know how to throw it here.
Yeah.
Well, as that stone moves up the house, more and more Danielle has an opportunity to roll behind and outcount that stone at the top.
It was one of your storylines, Kathy. Maybe your numbers aren't great, but picking up your team, making a shot at the right time to give yourself a chance to either score or steal or both. Skip Stone's here in 5. Inglis wants that roll behind cover, and she's going to basically nose it, so still exposed and wide open.
Good sweep.
This is my most positive trip.
I think we just need to open up the room.
Yeah, I was also just being tentative there because never wanted to roll out and give them anything like that. But yeah, agreed. If we had to really make the roll, have to open it up for sure.
Little flop. Okay.
And it's interesting. You almost can't be tentative. It's like pulling out a 7-iron and thinking this is probably the wrong one, so I'm going to just half swing it. It never works out well. So if you've got confidence that this is where the broom goes, this is all the trusting process. Throw it at it. Throw it the right weight, and don't sort of cover yourself and be afraid of rolling out.
Well, this woman right here has flipped the script. Check out those numbers in the first 5 here.
I could have called that sooner.
And a confident Carrie Einarson is a dangerous Carrie Einarson, and that's also bad news for the rest of the field.
She definitely kicked hard.
It is bad news for the rest of the field because the rest of her team was playing well. So you add Carrie into that mix of playing well. And look out.
It's like adding a free agent at the trade deadline that, well, you already had, right? Like,
yeah.
You didn't have to go make a deal for her. She's been right there the whole time, and a lot of support for Manitoba and Einarson in the house.
Wait, you got it.
Normal. Right over to the 8-foot there.
But I liked what you said, Kathy, and it was what you talked about off the top. Is, you know, Carrie maybe not all that confident in starting games, and you heard Danielle say, I was a bit tentative. Maybe you got to, you know, throw that out the window and go at this team. You know, qualify for the playoffs. Bring out your best in this game. See what you can do here. Hit, roll, behind cover, bury it, and that is a great shot from Danielle Inglis.
Oh, just a little bit tentative at the end, a little bit more of a roll. It's
really good throw.
pretty much under, but it's deep.
It's pretty good though, like Barry Kath. I'm right behind this sheet, and I mean, obviously she can get there, but
watch when she hits. They're not sure what to do. Do we go? And then she kind of stops. Do we go?
Just hack.
Really good effort.
Yeah, hack.
It makes this shot tricky though.
Oh, it does. Forces Carrie
pardon?
Einarson to make a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do you like that broom?
I do, yep. Okay. You got to
Nail
carry
your throat
kick. You
good.
got it.
Hack.
Nail the kick here.
Great opportunity here in 5 to lead after the break. Final stone.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Curl up your heavy.
And this is on that center line. It's got to start to bust and make its move, and Karwacki's trying to do just that. It's got a long way to come.
Keep going. Keep pushing.
It's getting closer and closer. Got to carve it a long way. And where does this shooter go, though? And my goodness, that hit and roll from Inglis. Able to generate the steal of 1. A 4-2 advantage. Ontario leads. It's been cold, but beautiful. A little bit warmer today, and that's a great shot of Thunder Bay. You can see Lake Superior, the Sleeping Giant Provincial Park in the distance, home to our coverage this week here at the Scotties. It is the final day of round robin play, and it's very simple. You see the coach Steve Acorn talking to his team, win, and you qualify for the playoffs at this year's Scotties. Kathy, time for the numbers after 5.
Well, that was all Carrie Einarson in 3, manufacturing that deuce. That put her back to even. But that wonderful last shot by Danielle, she was tentative on the first. She went after it on the second. Carrie not able to tap it out. Numbers very even between the skips. We've got a great game, but for Carrie Einarson, so much better in the first 5 than she was in the last couple of games.
After 5, brought to you by PointsBet, the official sportsbook and casino partner of Curling Canada. There's Reed Carruthers, coach of this team, getting ready for the final 5, and it's next on TSN.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. By New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. And by PointsBet, the official sports gaming partner of Curling Canada.
We're going to run this back. Here we go. Got it. Got 1, got 2. Want to touch them all. Get them all, and she does. Shaylin Stewart.
Whoa!
He's got to get a piece. Oh, and picks it out.
Okay, well.
8-ball corner pocket. Beautiful. Oh, what a shot. Caitlin Laws. Beautiful double.
Should go right out of the rings.
Oh, look at that. For a bundle. Got this. Bang, bang. Oh, my. Oh, my. Look at this. Count them up. 5. Final stone. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Got it. Oh, here we go. Oh, goodness. Oh, great Kate. Final stone here in 6. Now, Burgess. Here we go. Bang, bang. Oh, wow. Look at this for 3.
Saved
How
it.
do you like that?
And we're just getting warmed up because the championship weekend is right around the corner. Final day of round robin play. It's all decided in Pool A. Holman 7-0. Skurlik and Brown at 5-2. They've already beat Martin and Sturmey. So even if they get loss number 3, it doesn't matter. They've won the head-to-head matchup. So that's decided there. Pool B. Inglis wins, she's in. St. George, you win, you're in. And then it gets interesting. A lot of combinations, though, can still factor in. Remember, Pool B will wrap up play tonight. And those numbers on the right, that's the last draw to the button numbers. And Caitlin Laws has the best ones at this point. 165 centimeters. She got in that way last year on those last stone draws the teams do before each and every game to determine the hammer. That is another tiebreaker. So they go head-to-head. If that doesn't solve it, it goes back to the last stone draw. So lots to be determined on this final day here at the Scotties. In our feature, it is a 4-2 lead for Ontario. A stolen point in 5 from Daniel Inglis. So here in 6, down by 2, it is Team Manitoba Einarson with Hammer throwing the red rocks.
Well, that's a big steal for Danielle. It's though she took 2 in the previous end. And so for Carrie Einarson and her team, will try to score 2. A really nice corner freeze by Kristen onto the Ontario shot stone. Trying to come right back down on top of this. Keep that scoring area very busy and very tight.
Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that's beauty.
Okay, really nice.
15-5.
Really nice shot making.
Oh, this side.
Go for a corner.
Okay.
Try to open it up and roll to a corner with Carly so that you've got 2 corners to work with. And you also open up the path.
Well, for Einarson, this is not her first rodeo, especially when it comes to trailing. And it's not something you want to get used to. Down 5 versus Cameron, down 4 versus Black. But she's proven in past years, and especially this year, she can definitely come back in games and no lead is safe. So we showed you those standings. And what's critical? Well, a win for Quebec and Laurie St. George. She is in. Christina Black, though, has other ideas, trying to bring her back and give her loss number 3.
And I believe that Laurie is playing the draw here. You can see the 2 red at the back. There's a double available on those 2, but if you make the double, you stick the shooter. And so instead of risking only hitting 1 or rolling out, looking for a draw to the 8-foot for the single.
And Kathy, this is a great example, this game, of what we talked about in the standings. If Black does happen to win, both teams would be 5-3. However, Black would have the tiebreaker on the head-to-head. So that's a nice draw. And it's 4-4 after 5. Obviously, Black has 1 more game, but you know what I'm trying to tell you. The records are the same. You go back to who won that head-to-head game. That's why this game right now is so critical.
Well, the guard from Ontario coming a little bit tight, and so that is luring Carrie to ask Carly to run it back and blow up the middle.
Nope. Yep.
And now it's the audible. Just make it go away, go off your own, maybe tap it in.
Sit.
And
dang it.
well, that was pretty darn close for Carly Burgess. That'd have been icing on top.
Sorry. That makes sense. Workshopping. You got it. Give it to us.
Ontario ideally would like to be a little bit higher out. The closer it gets, the easier the run back into that mix is.
Just here. Really tight.
Yep. Gotta go split center. Yep.
And the sweep now is all to try to get it to curl, but then you get back in that situation again.
Nice shot.
16-4. Nice scores. Nice shots.
Thanks. Good calling.
Thinking good throw above. I just don't know if I kill. Will I kill that with bumper? Pardon? Will I kill the yellow with bump? Or do I need here?
Oh, I was thinking bumper. Will she kill the yellow? Huh?
What she's saying that they can't hear because of the students in here.
She's wondering if you'll kill the yellow with bumper.
Is that you hit and you roll your shooter into this area over
Will
here.
she kill this one with bumper?
She wants to know, make sure that that stone,
I just
sorry
don't know
about that,
if we
folks,
throw anything more.
that this stone will actually get out of the house.
Roll in. I don't think we kill it, unfortunately. We can throw control if you want. Wait, we can try.
We won't roll in.
The interpreter, Carly Burgess.
We talk about this
with
building.
this weight,
It's a
but I think
low,
that's
flat
okay.
roof, and you couple that with the fact that there are lots of students in that are making some noise this morning, and to yell up and down you get nothing out of it. So great for Carly to come down and translate.
They were talking about less weight to try and keep that shooter and roll it into the rings potentially. But enough to kill the yellow for sure, but they can't roll it in. And we love it because it's organized chaos in the building this morning here, Kathy. All the school kids, the signs,
Give us a hair less.
learning about the game, getting to skip math, which was my favorite thing to do.
Well, and props to all the teachers who made the decision to bring their students out here. Some of them, I hope, will go home and say they saw something really neat today and maybe they would like to try it.
Easy. Three. Okay. Clean.
Okay, clean.
Three. Whoa. Clissa's rock. It's me. Knife. On the knife.
Three. Just a little higher than the red.
Keep going. Gotta go. Gotta close the hole. Okay, whoa.
It's even.
Whoa. Okay. 16-6.
Good girl. 16-6 is the money.
A hair low.
Teachers, parents,
Healer, just
exhausted women with a whole bunch of children.
They're superstars is what they are.
Well, and thank you for bringing them. And if you're the parents that are agreeing to help out today, we thank you as well.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Val Sweeting.
High. Whoa. No.
And that yellow rockets right out of there, and Einarson shot stone on the hearts.
Yeah, way better. Nice throw, Val. That's good. We needed that.
Pretty good. Leave something.
Yeah.
Yeah, just go top.
Pace is hard on this side of the ice.
Yeah, speed's really good here.
Yeah, it is. I think there should be pretty close.
Yeah, take enough to get by the yellow.
Yeah.
Running.
Is it straight freeze on this one
Yeah.
here?
Yeah.
It's like top 8-ish.
Yeah, this path is getting really nice.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah,
trying to
give it to
get
us.
very
Yeah.
specific on draw weight, but it
Yeah, I
wasn't
got
draw
it.
weight last end that really made a difference. We heard her talk about she was just trying to be tentative on the first one, afraid to roll out, but she fully committed to the shot on the second one. Makes the kid and roll underneath, and that great roll would lead to a steal.
The key shot brought to you by BKT Tires, growing together.
Really good throw.
It's really good. It's buried. Would have liked it to have gone like that much further.
Sorry, I thought there was a low.
Playing the freeze, just trying to really close off the forefoot to carry Einarson. Needs to be right on the face.
Got to go for line and for weight, trying to get it there. And a little chap off that yellow stone. So 3 yellows in there, but shot rock belongs to Team Einarson.
Or do we just throw like firm or normal and roll into here?
That's the best result.
Like a normal?
I like normal right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's why Danielle wanted to be a little bit
think you
deeper,
can,
would have blocked this roll
feel it.
in from Carrie, just that little bit light.
You guys like normal? Yeah. Whatever you know better, but I don't mind this. Yeah. Pardon me? Whatever you know better. Yeah, I think normal should be really close. Okay. Yeah. Flatter roll. Yeah, I like that.
You got it.
You got to carry. Let's nail the kick here.
So I've noticed that Carly is always giving the same technical cue to Carrie about nail the kick. So that's something they've obviously talked about. She talked about it in her hack weight. So it's a thinking thing for Carrie. So the kick speed needs to be linked to the shot.
Yes. Yes. Whoa. Whoa.
Gary Einarson got it, roll it in. And she nailed the kick right there as Einarson lies to.
Really good.
Judy.
Had to go a little thinner.
Yeah. Nice throw.
Thanks.
Those skips are tough to please. Hey, Kathy? Just never happy, but it's pretty good.
But so much. You know that she's back in her mojo when she's being that specific 2 days ago, she was hoping to make contact. It was just a frustrating experience.
That's the sign of a champ, though, isn't it?
pick.
Those little details, never quite content, always trying to get better.
And the reason, if it's a little bit thinner, that top stone that the broom is beside would have gone a little bit more to the left. There would not have been anything for Danielle to see, but this is not a freebie by any means.
Especially, you know, we can see it from that angle, but you sit in the hack, and there's probably not a lot that you can see visually.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Yep. Whoa, whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Nothing yet. Final stone for Inglis here in 6, and she'll pick the one red out. And now, yeah, that tough draw. You're going to have to curl in and have perfect weight, catch full 4, and get your 2.
See? Yeah. There, broom more, I don't mind. Yeah.
She's got full access to it from the hack. Doesn't have to navigate a port. A lot of pressure on the brushers to get this right.
4, 5, 7 went top 8.
So what do you guys think for a speed out here?
Still good end.
Very good end, yeah.
I'm just being bad cop here, Kathy, and I'm not saying it's the shot, but you ever run a red back, stick it, because you're not jamming on your red. Is that easier?
Let's go.
I don't know that it's easier. You could choose to run the red back, make the double on the yellows, but you have to move both yellows out of the 4-foot.
Yeah,
so,
I hear you.
Big fan of this call.
Yeah.
Our people will be in touch if it's necessary.
Well, she's 100% on 2 draws so far.
Line's good. Weight's good. Yep. Weight's good. Wait on me.
We saw that beautiful little tick shot she played against Kate Cameron to secure a win. Her final stone in 6. She's got 1 in her back pocket. Needs full 4.
Weight's perfect. It depends on line. Can they get it there?
Knife it over. Carly Burgess, and a little more. Needs more. The weight was great. You're right, Kathy. Just not enough, and just the 1.
And she had to take that little bit of extra ice to hopefully get the swing and get by the stones. Weight was absolutely perfect. Just could not get the finish.
Good game. 4-3. Ontario leads our feature here at the Scotties. The Harbor and Thunder Bay, welcome back. Kathy Gauthier, no update. We need a promo from you.
Don't miss the new season of the foul-mouthed, chirp-serving Crave original comedy sensation, Shoresy. Stream now, only on Crave.
That was very well done. And that's actually a really funny show. As you see the lighthouse, the harbor here, Thunder Bay, Lake Superior. It's been a cold week, but it's warming up a little bit, and we're excited for championship weekend. That's right around the corner. It's our final day of round-robin play. A 4-3 advantage, as Carrie Einarson just couldn't quite curl enough to find full 4. So now here in 7, hammer back to Ontario, a 1-point advantage as they throw the Yellow Rocks.
And it's a great example, Muddy, of how numbers can not really necessarily tell the story. So Carrie Einarson on her first one makes a really good hit and roll and just shows a piece. On her final stone, she had perfect weight. It just didn't curl enough. She's getting a 0 for that, but her weight was great. But the point, unfortunately, does not go on the board. So edge to Ontario here as we head into 7. That 1-point advantage and the hammer.
It is a must-win for Carrie Einarson. If Ontario wins, they punch their ticket into the playoffs, and they will qualify top 3.
For Carrie Einarson, all sorts of things can still happen today should they not win. But boy, you put yourself in a way better place if you are able to. This game is huge, Muddy.
Yeah, because then you got the head-to-head win as well, right? And that's what we've talked about all morning long. So we talked about all the lineup changes for this Einarson team. Unfortunately, Shannon Burchard is injured, but she's here.
Oh,
Technically, she's here. And just a reminder, it's Einarson. It's not Einarson. And they're trying to make some magic, and Carrie did actually a couple games with a comeback. So, Shannon, if you're watching, we wish you all the best.
We sure do. With your knee and your baby that is to come soon.
And you were saying that we were chatting, and it's such an awful injury at the best of times, but it's her tuck knee too, isn't it? The one that she comes out on.
Knees and curlers, the sport is really hard on your knee, and for Shannon, hurt it early on, and there's no way to escape putting that pressure on your knee.
Well, no guy knows better than the guy behind the bench. Reed Carruthers had to basically rejig his entire delivery.
Tuck to flat foot. Manitoba's got something going here. Those stones are deeper than they would like. So trying to block off any freeze attempt that Danielle might make.
Sorry, just try a different path. Yeah, it came in harder.
And there is the coach, Reed Carruthers. Congratulations to him. We'll see him again. He won Manitoba. He'll be at the Brier in Kelowna. And he's been a great, whatever you want to call it, leader, mentor, sounding board, friend with all this team has gone through the last few years.
Well, when you think about Reed, he came onto this team to work on strategy and to help them with technical and all of those things. And in the last year and a half, the focus so much about the mental preparedness of dealing with the revolving door of teammates. It's been probably a lot more than he ever bargained for.
And him too, right? A lot of different teammates. He had Brad Jacobs for a while, played with his dear friend Mike McEwen.
He did, and then started the year, and then Derek left the team, and he brought Kyle Deering on, and then they decided perhaps they wanted to change again. They brought BJ on. So there's been a lot of doors spinning in men's and women's this year for sure.
And I think what's rare about it too, it happens, right? It's part of the business of the game. We get that. But this soon to the Olympic trials is what's interesting to me anyways.
It's been a pretty cutthroat year, to be really honest, and I'm not sure it looks great on curling. And there will be lots of discussions in the off-season about funding teams and requirements to stay the same or when you can cut a player. Definitely lost some players in the sport this year because of it.
Good brush, Kristen. Way to stay down.
Yeah. Yeah, she gave me just outside edge of 8, and I tried to use it.
So Kira really needs to run this back and move something in the house. The peel of the guard is not enough.
Yep. Hard! Hard! Right up, hard!
Catch it.
1, 2, 3 moving.
Great shot.
Really good shot, even though there still are 3 red. They're now back of the tee line.
Good throw.
What a great game over here, Sheet B, in a 4-4 tie.
But you can see that Christina is lining up the double. This could be for 3 if she's able to make it.
89% on hits. Final stone, Christina Black in a 4-4 game. Got the one, roll it over, but not enough juice, and it will hang on for Shotstone.
Oh, they lost it. One of them was yelling yes, one was yelling whoa. They needed to go all the way.
Wow. Great throw.
Thanks. Yeah. I thought it would be just the force straight on that. Yeah, the broom. I
So 5-4.
Good.
Back to our feature game. Another draw in for Einarson.
You got it.
As her team continues to try fight back here in 7 without.
Oh, lots of pressure on Ontario in this end. Great placement of the stones by Team Manitoba.
Close! Whoa!
Kira running the stone back to get rid of it and also to try to make the double.
Okay. Whoa. Still good. That's good.
Out counts 1.
Good pair.
It's good. A good one.
I think so.
Sitting 2.
I don't know what Val's was.
Yeah, I think it's the guard or the hit.
Well, we're sitting 1 and 2.
Our updates continue. Let's check in on Newfoundland and Labrador and the Northwest Territories in Carrie Galusha.
Now, Brooke Godson looking for her very first win here this week. Already line 2, a chance for 3 and to tie this game up.
Brooke and her team out of the Remax Center, St. John's Curling Club, as it's been announced the Brier will go back out east.
Will be
to
amazing.
the Rock. Yeah, that'll be really exciting. Had a great time there the last time where Brad Gushu was victorious.
Hosted a couple of events. They hosted a Scotties in 2005 and did a wonderful job. They hosted a Briar that was amazing. And we look forward to going back very much.
And that will stop in time for 3. So
all square.
For Goslin, a nice throw there and a 4-4 tie. Kerry Galusha will wrap up her Scotties career tonight. As she's announced she's stepping away from the game. One more game tonight versus Ontario.
Good, Kerry. Throw it good. I want to say minimum. Tight.
So tight is good. Do not want to set up a double.
Tight. Curl a bit. Curl a bit. Hard. Yes, hard. Little more. Go. Good shot. Good.
And does a pretty good job of covering that stone.
Good judge. Yeah. Sorry, Kerry. I thought you were light.
Chasing with hack, I think. You like that?
I think you need like heavy hack to get through the whole hand roll.
Probably.
Yeah.
But not quite bored.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a 12-ish.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it because you can roll like right over to here.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's got about a third from the hack, and we've seen so many rocks on this center line.
Not with this weight, but
no.
Control.
Yeah, and control kind of hung. This weight should go though.
It will.
It will run straight for a long time. Once it makes its break, it will go hard. But if she's right at the stick, it should just track in that spot. Trying to get through the hole and roll behind their own guard.
Over here, roll it.
I like this.
Roll it.
You know this path really well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Like you can, right at her.
Manage it different.
I'd rather there though than the over curl, and she just
3-5 record last year, missing out on the playoffs. What an opportunity 1 year later here in Thunder Bay. Danielle Inglis. Waiting for this break point. And now it comes and curls, and she'll hit and stick.
That's a smaller hole than it looks like. They had to wait for it to get off that guard, and it didn't get off that guard by much. And then it goes sideways, so not able to get the roll under. Good patience.
If you weren't watching, you could hear the intensity in her voice at the curl.
It just takes so long. Now they're by the top one, but then look at the finish with that weight.
I'm always so impressed with the skips, Kathy, or the vice, or whoever's calling line in the house.
Over there.
I don't know if you're born with that or you can learn that skill, but like it's amazing how they can almost, you got to read that break point and read the ice, and the ice changes too, right? Like,
well, Kira, a great skip in her own right from juniors. And so for Kerry Einarson, it rolled a little to the left. So with more wave and easier shot, really wants to roll.
And look at this one start to break too. Trying to save this one for Kerry Einarson. That red guard, they got it by. Unbelievable.
Great brushing. It went through the guard. There was no room.
I thought she was on it, Kathy, I'll be honest.
I have to get under there. Carrie, how are managing mine a little bit.
Look at how close this was.
Wow. Great effort by the brushers.
It actually pops out the other side.
Just on that, like we played there, so I'm like, hey, like, how can we manage
Her hand,
that?
so I plowed it. I mean, I didn't hold it out there, but I plowed it.
I don't think I was.
It'll finish at the end.
Big half. Playing like back 8 at it.
Yeah. Just move it a little bit.
You got it.
Yeah.
Really just like thinking if that's max there. I like a little less, please.
Okay,
Just
you got
again,
it.
let it work a bit.
Yeah.
It's going to run nicely and then come up.
Okay, back 8.
Yeah.
You got it,
So for
You got
Danielle,
it.
she cannot just come down to the face of it, she believes, and get shot. She wants to tap it a little bit. And this is where you get kind of caught in between the right broom, the right weight, and so has to just throw exactly what she's calling for because that's what she's broomed for.
Little light. Easy.
You cannot roll out of the
Whoa,
8
the
foot.
wave's tracking low.
Back 4.
Final stone here in the 7th in a 4-3 game for Ontario. Right now, shot stone belongs to Carrie Einarson.
Yep. Hard.
Need enough weight here. Little bump, little more curl, get shot stone, and she will. Really nice touch from Danielle Inglis.
Well managed, and Kira Brunton overruled Danielle's call, and she was right.
Good team shot.
Great sweep. Great sweep. Great line.
Yeah, good call.
Thank you.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah,
not
good
my
call.
best
You're right.
Danielle was yelling, whoa, it's running, whoa, it's running, and Kira very quietly went, it's fine, just curl it in, we're good.
I'll give you a little
She
bit
was
more
right.
just 'cause it's curling on that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
I'll just give you
I think
more.
we just learned about that.
I figured out how to throw it the second time.
Exactly. All right, guys. Yeah, that was key. Take a breath. Really like it.
That was a big point.
That was big. Yeah, let's go in and really focus on
So
where
good
we put
conversation
this. Like
after a
solid,
shot made
like,
and a
that's not
2-point
just
lead
you,
for
that's
Ontario.
not
Suits nice all the way, so, yeah.
Welcome back to our Scotties coverage. There's a look at Kristen Karwacki, lead stones for this Manitoba team. And they've traded some nice shots. Both skips, Kathy, some
They
good
have.
team shots, some good sweeping. And we expect the play to elevate as we get closer to championship weekend. It's a 5-3 lead for Ontario. So down by 2 it is. Carrie Einarson with hammer throwing those red rocks.
Guys, yours really carried.
Good shot by Kristen to get behind that guard. Nothing to choose between the leads this morning. Coming in, Kristen was first overall, Cassandra 8th, so a great job by Cassandra to stay even with Kristen this morning.
Gotta go.
It's running. Whoa. Switch, if anything. Whoa. Let it work. Let it work. Please let it work. Knife, Cass. Just knife.
A lot on the line in this game, Kathy. Not often we show you a live update for a blank attempt, but Quebec wins, they are in. And for Nova Scotia and Christina Black trying to power their way into the playoffs. The head-to-head matchup is so critical. It's one of the tiebreakers as there's no tiebreaker games.
And it
Blank
really
attempt, and she's gonna.
And it really matters because Lodi played this hole and the 7th to blank so that she would have hammer and 8, and you hate to play the whole end that way and then wind up nosing and taking a single. So well done.
So it's the final game of round robin for Quebec. Of course, one more to come for Nova Scotia and Christina Black.
Oh, almost
just
got
missed.
it. Good job to open up the front. Almost clipped it on the way through.
Good sweep. Oh, yeah. Almost got that back one.
Yep. Whoa. Off. Okay.
And just enough.
With all the rotation, it backed it up.
Well, she was trying to play the pick on the back one, but then when it was obviously going to hit the guard,
Yeah,
Danielle
got it.
changed to make sure that they clunked it enough to open it up. And Carrie's electing to throw another guard. If you hit this early, we're
Line's
on
good.
second stones, it's pretty hard to keep enough separation and not at some point give Ontario a chance to double the stones out. So we'll guard the stone in the house for a while.
Curl.
Keep going.
It's like a video game. You yell curl, and you can see the sweeper turn to make it either carve over or keep it straight. And Karwacki was getting a workout there, doing both.
Good sweep, guys.
Plus for Carly so far this morning, she did also come in ahead, tied for 4th versus Alyssa at 13th. but still within reach. You do see a difference when you have +5 or more percent difference. Means that you do have the edge, but it's not dramatic.
Okay, you're good. Nice.
Good peel from Kira.
Thank you. Good call.
Thanks. Nice peel there.
Thanks.
Good job.
When do you think we freeze?
Replacing the guard.
I like it. I like
good.
it.
Oh, that's there. Oh.
Little early.
I like hold it out
good.
a little.
Sweet's
Sweet's
good.
Yep.
Sweep
yep,
it.
Yep. Little higher than your broom.
Yep.
To your broom.
Whoa. Yep. Go.
To your broom.
Here.
Sit. Good. Nice. Nice toss.
And no plus, but really good performances from both thirds.
Like, yes, but also appeal is fine.
Yes, but not being too cute
Yeah.
with it. I think is the...
What kind of weight?
And sorry, Kathy, is it the guard or they're trying to make a play in the stone in the house?
She's trying to make a play on the stone in the house, but Danielle will again do the audible. Manitoba doing a really good job of putting those guards in front of the stone and not showing very much.
Curl.
And that was
Okay.
the risk, but
Okay,
it
that's
stays
fine.
in the house. There wasn't much for Kira to see of that red stone. Now that we're on third, second stones,
Okay, 10-5.
it's a hit and roll to the wings is the call for Val.
Split the house and try pick up your pair here in
For
eight.
sure.
So good.
You don't want to hit earlier than this, but it's now time. And then there will only be 2 opportunities for Ontario to make a double, if in fact there is even one there.
Val's out turn here in 8.
Yep.
And they call her on her right away.
Watch Carly's hand. It's so loud in here. So that's her signal. Her head's up looking at Carrie the whole time. And that gives Kristen what she needs to be able to do that. Great communication styles when you cannot hear each other.
And we check in over on sheet A. Kate Cameron at 3-3, taking on young Bailey Scoffin, who unfortunately is not on the ice, and we're not sure if she's ill, but we send her our best regardless. So it's Raylan Helston is skipping the team this morning for Team Yukon.
And she did yesterday as well. And Bailey's not in the building, which makes you feel like it is illness. For Kate trying to play the double, she does have another stone in. This could be for 2 if she's able to make it.
Scoffin 1-5, Cameron at 3-3. Clips the yellow, but the shooter moving, and that red stone is going to be a stolen point. So the Scoffin team trying to make her proud. Within 2 after 7.
Yeah.
Well, Kate's probably having a sense of deja vu. It's been the last 2 games up early and then struggled to hang on.
Roll in, normal.
Yeah. You got it.
Pretty sharp for a double on your first try. You might give it a whirl on your second, but on the first, trying to hit and roll underneath. Or at least closer to that, make it a tougher shot for Carrie.
Whoa.
The 2018 Canadian and World Mixed Curling Champion with Mike Anderson. Inglis. Skip stones here in 8. And yeah, a little bit outside. We'll lose the shooter, and now that allows Einarson to really spread the house here.
That's all good.
Try flatten them out for no double. And let's compare the skips numbers here, Kathy.
Well, it is the edge to Danielle. It was coming into the game. Carrie's numbers better than they were the draws, which is interesting because she's about to make one. is the challenge that she's had today, but keeping in mind the draw for 2, she had to be full 4. We talked about it, Muddy. She would have got a 0, but was very close, just didn't get the line.
Player comparisons brought to you by New Holland, proud sponsor of Curling Canada.
You always have to dig within the numbers. When we looked at Danielle Inglis's numbers, 4 of her wins came against skips who had their lowest percentage performance the day that they played Danielle. But you don't know if they were having an off day or Danielle's team were putting them in so much trouble that it was difficult for them to achieve.
Top 4, T. Just here, Brune, we're a little higher. I think it's okay. It's okay.
Trying to be flat now.
Make the double as hard as possible if there is a double, and that's pretty flat. Give it a go.
Yeah, well, you play the kit and you roll that general direction.
It's
pretty flat. Just more of a roll.
Yeah, you got
there
it.
You go.
Firm, you got it.
You know how to throw it.
Even nose is fine.
Yeah. Let's make it.
How nice off that line.
Yeah, once it started, it went.
Yeah.
Close?
Yeah.
Make sure you get one here. Inglis, her final still without hammer and 8.
Hard! Hard! Any balls? Hard! Yes!
Want a little bit of roll, they'll get some. Keep it going.
Hey, go.
And for now, shot stone, but a chance for 2. Hit and stick now. Carrie Einarson here in 8.
That's almost as good as Danielle could have done. It was very flat.
That's good.
But for Carrie, mission achieved, an opportunity.
Couple
If
down
captured,
the pass
for
now,
2.
Should be okay.
Yeah, just let me know what they're saying.
Yeah, I'll stay close to you, but up.
Hey guys, control.
Yeah, I like that. Okay,
Watch-
you got it. Throw it good.
Watch the non-verbal
Make it.
communications between Kristen and Carly on this shot.
10-2. Clean.
Final stone in 8 in a
Clean.
5-3 game.
Yep. Clean. Little heavy. Clean. 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 Whole way. Clean. Clean.
Get your wrist working
I was
out.
going to say, that's an extra workout for Carly Burgess, and it works out just fine. 2 on the board, 5-5 game at the Scotties here in Thunder Bay. All our coverage inside Fort William Gardens. It all began back on Friday, 18 teams. They start that journey, Kathy. It's a passion for the game. It's a chance to represent your country. And we will filter it down to 6 after tonight's round robin concludes in a 5-5 tie in our feature. Einarson picking up that pair. So here in 9, again, it is Danielle Inglis, Team Ontario, the Yellow Rocks with hammer.
Well, and even in the next pool, like you showed, Muddy, in A, that the 3 teams are determined. And home and undefeated, that's one thing. But for the other 2 teams, your position, 2 and 3, make a huge difference as you advance to the next round.
It's tracking heavy.
No, it's not heavy.
So every game matters. And even if you're technically out, there's financial compensation based on your performance. So again, there's another driver, and the biggest one of all is pride for the province or territory you represent.
14-9. It's good. That's sweet.
Nice pass.
Yeah. I think high guard will still slide okay.
I think we can keep on this side of center, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, splitting to a hair on that side's good.
Should be there. Whoa! Halfway! It's heavy! We're a little deep. It's heavy! Halfway! 2.
Can we get it past that one?
Yeah, 2.5.
Yep. Whoa.
2.5.
Whoa.
We're
Curl.
past this.
Curl.
Looking forward to getting to
Keep
British
going,
Columbia
keep
for
going.
the Montana's Briar in Kelowna.
Sorry, I didn't
The
think it was
Scotties will
there.
stay in Ontario next year in Mississauga, just outside of Toronto.
That's right, your home turf. Well, time to clean up.
Yep. Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Calissa Daly
Curl.
making a play on those stones up top.
Curl. Pull it off.
And
Okay.
we'll just peel that red guard away.
Okay. I know.
Okay, speed's nice. You got it. Well, do we want to leave the red-yellow slash, though?
Like, do I stay on this side of center or do I come to the nose of it?
Yeah, I
Just
think
go
we-
ask who replacement is. I'm gonna slide a little slower on this so I can keep it running, but
I'd rather guard
really
this.
nice. We just wanted to double check on placement. Do we want to leave them this slash?
Well, at
Big
least they're
shot.
rolling out. This one, they can stick them all,
Yeah.
right? So if we split the difference, like right here.
In the middle, yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the question was never guard. The question that Val went down to talk to Carrie about is, what are we guarding exactly? Are we guarding
middle, split
the
center.
right side, the middle side?
keep
And
the yellow.
it's important for Carly to know she's still throwing the same weight, but if she's going to be calling the line for the brushers as well as Carrie, they want to be on the same page.
line's good. Can hold it out there.
I think we got to go a lot.
Line's good.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep. Hard. Go curl it. Curl distance.
Curl distance, we're over.
Hard to curl it, hard to get it over as well in our feature. Meantime, update time. And Laurie St. George, we look, Kathy, this should be right through the port. A hit and stick for 2.
It is. Christina did that, and that is what Alori is trying to replicate. The second shot on the right side, well, that belongs to Quebec. Remembering she blanked to create an opportunity for 2. She now has it.
Whoa.
That is a tight little port up top, those 2 reds.
Hard.
Has to get through.
Clean.
Through it, on it, hold the shooter, stop in time. Oh, and that little spin is good enough for 2. Laurie St. George, Team Quebec, a 6-5 lead after 8. If they win, they are in to the playoff picture.
Good call.
Okay. Nice. Good. Nice shot. Thank you. Good call.
Okay.
Halfway.
Yeah, it speed's nice on this side.
Yeah. Okay. I think you can hit it early.
Okay. They're
This
good,
is a
Val.
little bit more than, but mine got all the way to center last time.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Guarding again.
Yeah,
Three.
early.
Little
Yeah,
bit of
early.
line.
Hard
Hard
early.
line. We're tight.
Hard
Keep
early.
going.
Okay,
Keep going.
line's good.
Tight. Easy.
Line's
Easy.
good.
Okay,
Stay
we're
down through the break.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Okay, we're really tight. Easy.
Well, only if you can.
Line's good.
We're a little
Just
higher
stay
than
down.
tight.
Whoa.
Whoa. Good.
Good sweep. Great judge.
Yeah, good sweep.
Good spot.
Nicely
Can you
done.
see my hand when I
Yeah.
go? Okay, I like it.
We sure can.
I like your hand. Okay.
We can see it too.
Sometimes
I think
feel like
Canada's
I'm
seeing
telling you,
it.
But I'm too upright, so I don't know if you
No,
hear me.
it's good.
A great job by Manitoba. There is so much separation between those 2 guards and the stones in the house. It's hard to make a whole bunch of stones move, but Kira's going to try.
Kira Brunton,
Roll it.
3rd stones for Ontario. Got
Nice,
1,
beauty.
got 2. Great shot to open things up for a skip.
She did a great job at removing them. Unfortunately, she rolled to the right side, so she's taken away the outturn draw. Watch where the thrown stone goes, just that little bit that side. So that was the outturn side that was the higher percentage shot for Danielle if she has to draw for the single. But still rocks to come, might be able to create a path yet.
A little more
Same.
back and a little more weight. You can wait.
Mine's
You can
good.
wait.
Same Tight.
We talked a lot about Kate Cameron, great starts in games and just trying to finish off games. Well, this is a great opportunity here. A chance to hit for 3.
Well, and when we saw the steal last end, I'm sure Kate was thinking, oh, not again. But whatever she's called in this end has generated an opportunity for 3.
Little more to stick. That's good.
Really nice controlled weight, and there it is.
3 yellow. Yep.
Bronze medal last year for Kate Cameron. Went on a great run. And a little breathing room now. As she has to be perfect.
I was like, oh my gosh, we're going to roll out for fun. But good. Way to be patient.
Very patient.
Whatever you know. Okay, control.
Okay, you got it. We can hold it here.
Yeah.
Well, that guard tight and not covering the shot stone. Not much that Kira can see, but it is enough to go yellow-red and get rid of the Manitoba stone.
Whoa! Close on curl. Curl. Hard curl. Hard. Keep going. Hard. Stay with the roll there.
Little tick-tick for Kira and move that red stone a little bit more. So they are shot rock. Second shot rock does belong to Manitoba, back 12.
That's a really good shot by Kira. You can't afford to overthrow in that spot. It won't curl up. Nice clean throw.
A little bit wider, so I think 14 and a half is okay.
Yeah, I think so.
We got to be...
In a 5-4 game for Newfoundland and Labrador. And 1 to come here for Carrie Galusha.
And you can see the 2 that are counting belong to Newfoundland Labrador, and Brooke Goslin. Carrie electing to play the draw into the 4-foot.
You got to go. Yes.
Her daughter Sydney sweeping on the left.
Line's good. 4 foot. Yep. It's curling. You can't hurt it. Full 4. Yep. Hard, girls. Hard.
Good conversation and encouragement. All the way down the ice. Can't hurt it. A little bit farther. Oh boy. I thought it was there, but just a steal of 2.
Sorry, guys.
That slide path does get a little bit flat as we watch Carrie's draw. Oh, very nice
Beautiful
shot.
behind cover, back 4.
Nice, Val, thanks. That was good. 13-8, great sweeping.
Oh, great
You can almost
judge.
play it as a tap.
Great throw.
Like a heavy tap. You know what I mean? Yeah, you'd have to, I guess, actually.
It's lined up. But
Yeah, you're trying to hit right about...
Half to 3/4.
Hitting it right there is perfect.
Yeah.
I'm thinking just like normal, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a really tough follow. It's possible, but if you play that shot, you're only going to score 1. So they're trying to hit it on the offside there. It goes straight back, and if it's made, you could be lying 2 buried.
Okay, normal, triple.
Yeah, you got it.
Sorry, we'll take that hair less.
You know how to throw it. You got it.
Yeah, because this spot didn't come up a huge ton.
It has come up for me.
Okay, there we go.
You got it.
Normal. Close.
Whoa.
Trying to rattle these rocks back. Change the dynamic in this end. Here in 9 in a 5-5 tie. 1 and just drives the red by.
Just overthrown. It won't move at all with that kind of weight.
Didn't go anywhere. Oh, you were right on the tater ice.
I guess we got to guard at least 3/4 of that, hey?
Yeah. Curls a bit more for Calissa.
I like, higher is better. Think so.
Can she make this?
Make what? This
I don't think so.
outturn Chiefs?
I don't think so.
Do we want to call time?
Especially not if your guard is like here.
I don't really want it to be there because that's all they need, right? They need this side. But she could risk giving us a couple. Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's the drawing.
Carrie's asking if the out-turn chase is there because of where that rolled guard by Kira is. It's pretty hard because if you're playing the out-turn chase, you're playing quiet weight, and I think that guard is going to be in your way.
Where's the placement, Val?
And there's that yellow one you talked about, Kathy, earlier in the end. You cleaned up the front, but now
you took away your
path is gone.
Your path. So this is
Let us know line.
trying to remove the opportunity for Danielle to do what she just tried to do and force the wide in turn draw.
Halfway minimum. Line's good. Yeah, early.
Line's good.
Two. Line's good. Line's good. Halfway.
Whoa. Queen.
Halfway. High.
To her broom.
Just to your broom.
Queen, get ready to curl. Curl.
Curl.
Whoa.
You know, Kathy, the one thing maybe we haven't talked about enough with this dynamics of this Einarson team, sometimes it takes front ends a long time to get together, be on the same page, work together, judge a stone. And man, it looks like Karwacki has done a wonderful job with Burgess early on here.
Well, and for Kristen, it was seamless because she'd been the fifth for so long.
Yep.
She knew these teammates in and out. She'd played with them some time, and then she's been playing a lot. But for Carly, you come in from a very different dynamic of a very different team.
Sweet for tea.
And trying to figure things out.
Kind of at the halfway, like sponge towels there.
It's very positive.
Keep a heads up there.
Yeah, 14-5 here.
But what do you say and when do you say it?
That's slow, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So mission accomplished
They've also
for
had 2 more down
Manitoba,
here.
forcing Ontario
Just
to
keep it.
give up last rock. And just the force is all that she's got. 4 foot for the single.
Line's good. A little bit. Sweet for tea.
We saw Kira
Line's
Einarson,
good.
a similar
Tracking
shot
nice.
in this end.
Hanging, guys.
Sweet for tea running.
Yep.
Still running. Whoa, let it work.
Has to slow down, has to curl. And just a little bit overthrown. And a steal for Einarson.
Lead for the first time.
In a 6-5 game, Ontario with hammer when we come home. We come home here in 10 in a 6-5 game. A lead for Carrie Einarson. Lead stones on the way as Kristen Karwacki delivers. And much like yesterday, Inglis had to battle back and she ended up squeaking out a win.
Nice shot.
And she will try do it again. This time has hammer down by 1 here in 10, throwing the yellow rocks.
Hey, you got it.
You guys like this over a corner guard?
I like this. You think so? You can ask.
Like a corner guard?
I just feel like they start to wrap the center. Hack.
Well, the option was thrown out and it was rejected. And the theory from the Cassandra and the team from the hack was, do we throw a corner guard? But for Danielle, believes that if they hit and roll underneath, you just don't want to pile everything to the middle. That's the risk with last rock. And you know that Carrie is going to be taking some chances with that 1 point and without hammer.
Really coming off hard on the red.
Yep.
Hard on the red. Hard on the red.
Roll behind and enough to move that red out of play.
A shot, good weight.
But
What's that?
whatever you like.
What was your gut?
Go with your gut.
The run is long.
Yeah. I was thinking the draw.
Give it a go.
Okay.
No, is it? Go after it.
Right on nose.
Yeah, every time I'm down here, it's wrong.
Over on sheet D, and a 7-4 lead for Newfoundland and Labrador, but a chance for Carrie Galusha to pull within 1.
Well, you can see that second shot in the back of the 12-foot does belong to Carrie. So looking for the nose hit and to bring this game within 1. As we watch the run back attempt.
Carly Burgess just missing in her feature. Back to the update sheet. And on the nose.
Nicely done by Carrie.
2 for Galusha. 7-6 game. Godsland leads with Hammer coming home.
Speed's nice.
Just back 12, back 8, so that both stay in no matter what.
Yeah, we swept yours both like pretty end to end, so it should be nice.
Okay.
Keep your head up.
Back 8, back
Is this
12.
minimum?
That's not a lot.
Can I just get a sliver more? Just sliver.
But by the decision that Danielle made to play the hit and roll under, that guard is going to be there. And so now, instead of using the corners to get your 2 points, wants to move the stone that's in the house and split it apart.
Whoa, back line. Close, Kira. Back 12. Slow push, please. Curl it. Slow push.
Slow push, trying to
Okay,
get it to
straight,
move,
actually,
slow down a little bit.
Straight, straight. Yep, that's fine.
Little tap here for Felissa, who competed in a couple of Canadian juniors. Her second Scotties with this team.
Even? It's good. Good whip. Like really good whip. Okay.
Doubles there.
Peel, okay.
After it. Sort of me. You got it.
Carly's training for half marathons is very, very strong on the big weight shots, effortless.
Whoa.
This would be a big one. Here in 10, Carly Burgess wants the double. And rolls to center. It's wide open, though, for Team Ontario.
Can't jam, though. Don't we have to go under?
Board.
Okay.
Board?
Yeah, stay close to this
Okay,
one.
you got it.
So roll to the wings here, Kathy.
Roll to the wings. You heard them saying about rolling under. Well, now you're narrowing the scoring gap, and Carrie lops one around there, and you're going to have a hard time getting 2. Danielle trying to roll to the wings, keep separation between those 2 stones.
Hard! Whoa! Curl! Curl! Curl now! Curl! Curl! Okay. Sit. Okay, good weight call. Good weight call.
Yeah, that rock just can't be held.
You got a bell throw, good.
Haven't seen much on this side so for a while, so stay close.
Val throwing down weight, trying to get the roll under that guard.
This Einarson team, those 4 titles, beat Rachel Holman twice, 2020 and 2021. Then Krista McCarville right here in Thunder Bay in the final.
All the way. You're making it work.
Beat Jennifer Jones and Kamloops in 2023. And Val, a little flip to the hearts.
Nice call.
Well, Kristen just knifing that stone over.
So she'd be 6-5 lead for Quebec and Laurie St. George, and settling in the hack is Christina Black, who has hammer here in 9.
There was a timeout this end. You can see that it is Nova Scotia that lies shot.
Okay, I felt like I was really big.
So I guess you could have looked at the slash, the thin one on the yellow on the right back 4 to maybe get them both out, but I don't think that's the call.
I think what she's trying to do is to get to the back stone with quiet weight and stay right on the nose of it. Can't chip her own out.
That 4-2 record. Trying to get win number 5. Got to get by that yellow first and will not. And where does this end up? Not to be. So just the single. Too bad we couldn't have listened in on that timeout just to hear what was discussed, their options in that end. But In a 6-6 tie, what an opportunity for Louis St. George and Quebec. You win and you're in to this year's playoffs at the Scotties. You'll make that top 6.
Hard. 10-2. Hard. Hard.
Val Sweeting in her feature.
Hard. 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 You can roll a bit. Roll it. Roll it. Roll it a bit. Good.
And just like that, it's now Einarson lying the 2 without here in 10.
Good throws. Nice pair, Val. Really good.
Other way? I like the other way.
Yeah.
Control. I like the other way. Figure if we go the other way, they just slam it right in.
Yukon, Manitoba, Kate Cameron staying alive. As she wins 9-5. In this pool, we're featuring Pool B this morning. There's just so much that can still happen.
You see Kate got up 5-0 really early. She's come out of the gate really hard in the last couple of games. Hasn't been able to sustain it, but this morning she was.
Okay, you got it.
So a must win, and she comes through. Again, it's the head-to-head battles. It's the last stone draw. No tie-breaking games. And this is the only group that we're focusing on, Pool B, that there's still lots on the line. No one has officially locked up a spot yet.
Key here is to roll behind something.
Here's Kira, the hit. She'll roll.
Nice shot.
And it'll hang on in time for
Very
Shotstone.
good. Very good.
Good throw.
That was Kira's call from the hack to play the roll that way.
Play it with like a bump.
Bump or rip it out, whatever looks better from the hack.
Yeah. Hear it with like a control.
Yeah.
Okay.
We know this spot.
Yeah.
So a massive win. We talked about it. Pool A's decided, but Pool B, so you see Kate Cameron now 4-3. You see her draw to the button on the right. It's kind of in the mix. Caitlin Laws has the best numbers when it comes to the draws for the tiebreaker. And Cameron, one more game, and guess who that's against tonight? Nova Scotia.
And look at Nova Scotia, Muddy. Look at the draws. 331.6, 331.4. You can advance by
Flip a coin.
0.2 of a centimeter. That is how important
But
that
you
draw
think
to the
they'll be
button is.
dialed in tonight on their last stone draws to get hammer? I
You
mean,
think?
that's why it's so important. So, yeah, Pool B wide open. Pool A is set. The Skurlick and Brown beat Martin and Selena Sturming head-to-head. So that one's already decided, and that's why.
Did she get a piece?
Just enough. What a carve.
You threw that good. Nice sweep.
So straight there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't mind my speed.
I think we have to.
Yeah.
I think
And
that's
she
your
comes
shot.
here and she has, just don't love where that rock is right now. I just feel like it's such an easy run for her.
Yeah, she has
Well,
to
if you want to draw upon yesterday, read the graphic. That's
her
pretty
strength,
good.
though.
Pulled it off
Like, I guess
against
I'm
Kate
thinking, is
Cameron
there
last
a roll
night.
where you play the hidden roll there.
You could, yeah.
Or I guess
Maybe
afternoon.
behind the house, which is good.
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm kind of thinking, because I have air.
It's just a lot harder than the draw.
I don't know, though. I've seen this line.
Okay.
Like, I also feel confident in it.
Okay.
Do you want to call time, though?
No, I think it's whatever you like.
Well, I just want to make sure
You
not
can.
being
if
silly
you
about
can talk to
anything.
them.
I just feel like this one, I've seen it curl nicely, and you can manipulate it to go there. Like with solid hack to board.
I think board to make sure you're shot.
Yeah. Because really seeing it walk, like it curls so nicely that I feel like it's decently easy to get a hidden roll behind there.
Option?
The thoughts are the wide draw or the hit and roll.
Option?
Yeah. Just think,
This
like,
is what
you play-
Danielle
you
wants
play
to do.
that. I do
She's
know
wrapping a good one.
Yeah,
right?
then she's wrapping a good one.
Yeah. My first thought was the draw. I think if we make this, she's drawing around it.
Yeah. Because we have to do a draw here because that's such an easy run back for her.
Like your back eight, it's not the shortest run.
Yeah.
And she might just freeze to it or try.
It's also not the easiest pass.
No,
right
for
there
sure.
either.
It's not. It's
Like
not.
I'd be going out and guessing.
Yeah.
And they do
why
have a
I was
lot
sort
of time.
thinking more of
Over
that
4
one.
minutes still.
You've got air, right?
Yeah. I think so.
Like I know you have air, but like a good amount of air.
Yeah, a lot more.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite a bit.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah. Okay, I think I like the hidden roll here.
Okay, let's make
There's
Yeah,
not a right and a
board.
wrong call. I think
you
that
can
there would be a
curl it up.
lot of people
Like,
that would
know that
play
it'll
the
go.
draw. I love the draw
Okay.
because even if you're half behind, Carrie's got to make it perfectly. And if she runs it back, her shooter's going to be in the 12-foot. You have to outdraw the 12-foot to go the extra. But from the very first moment it stopped, Danielle was talking about the hit and roll. I feel confident. They talked about the draw.
Okay, board.
Each one of the players
Let's make a
pitched
good
the
one here.
draw.
Yeah.
And it was
Great,
not
carve it a
caught.
bit,
She
Cass.
wants to play this, and we know better than anything
like
watching
that.
the Lodi St. George
You know how to
game the
throw
other
it.
day.
Okay.
If the
Board
skip
weight.
wants to play this, let her play it. It's not wrong.
One of your storylines,
Little bit.
Kathy, making shots
Little
at
bit.
critical times in games.
Go the other way.
Curl,
Yep.
curl.
Hard cast.
Her first here in 10.
Hard. Hard.
Curl.
And right on the nose. I think out of her hand, they were going to try an audible. It sounded like Kathy, but
It's
Sorry,
the
just
problem
over.
is with a
Little.
hit and roll is you have to be so precise to get it. And if the objective is to get behind the guard, then you could have drawn, but she didn't feel like it. And if she doesn't make the draw, then maybe it's a tougher shot.
Just control, guys.
Yeah.
so all signs pointing here to an extra end.
Honestly, I had just like a little less weight and they
Yeah.
could have curved it over.
Curl. Curl, whole way.
And right out of her hand,
Gotta get it off
Karwacki
the
is
center
carving
line.
this over.
Off the center line.
They should get a piece, may not hold the shooter. No need to roll it, it'll be gone. And so the draw for one to force an extra end.
It's good.
Good sweep.
Yeah, good sweep, Kristen.
Wait, was maybe a bit up?
It's 9.5.
Oh, shoot.
Was it? Oh.
Yeah. Just like if you're ever up, it literally never comes down because it's never going to curl.
Yeah. I just had that little backwards motion of.
Oh, that's good.
Let you know how it's tracking
Yeah.
there.
You got it.
Set here less, please. Thanks.
Put it on the tee for you.
Yep.
Like you can.
From opening draw, Kathy, to this 10th end, do you think the ice is pretty similar?
I do. We haven't seen it flattening out in the center path, so as long as she's close, her brushers will make sure that it's there.
Thank you.
71% on draws.
Curling now.
On this Thursday morning, final stone in a 6-5 game needs the paint to force an extra.
14-4.
And it will stop. Back four. We're all tied up. 6-6. If Ontario wins, they are in. They'll have to steal their way into the playoffs if they can. That's next.
The 2025 Scotties Tournament of Hearts is presented by Kruger Products, the softest and strongest supporters for over 40 years. By Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995. By BKT Tires, growing together. And by Home Hardware, here's how.
In a 6-6 tie, our feature going to an extra end. Lead stones on the way. This one from Ontario's Cassandra DeGroot. You can see the first one. She threw the center line guard. Second one on the way. Kristen Karwacki went top 8.
Perfect.
As Ontario, you know the story. If they can win this game, they qualify for the playoffs. Carrie Einarson trying to bring them back. The Scotties here in Thunder Bay.
Now, Carrie's in the best position, obviously, because she has last rock, but the placement of the stones so far, lots of separation for the two guards from Ontario. Kristen wanted to be just a little bit deeper on her first, but not in a bad position, and certainly in front of the tee line, which was huge.
No, I think we're there. Clean.
It's there.
Where? Got it, darling.
14-1.
Close.
No, can't.
Just cannot be behind the tee line.
Can't. Good. Great shot.
Nice.
Very nice.
It's like, well, the last one died, but
That one died too. It came down
a little bit, yeah.
Trying to freeze.
Line's good.
Top 4.
Yeah. Play the weight. Line's great.
Yep, go.
Yep. Line's perfect. Yep. Hard line. Hard. Okay.
Easy.
Okay. Whoa. Girl. Line's good. Yep. Straight. Hard. Yep. Lock it on. Okay.
And
really
right
nice.
there,
15.
second shot rock for Team Ontario.
Nice shots, Cass.
Pretty good. Just tried to freeze it on so that they could make the move later, but there's very, very little space between the two, and now the peeling begins for Team Manitoba.
Yep. Hard. Sneak the double peel.
Hard foul. Gotta go. Hard foul.
Carly Burgess will get the one to go.
Good.
And yeah, importantly, get that shooter out of the way.
Good, nice sweep.
Great sweep.
Good.
I thought so.
Okay.
Line's good. Line's a hair tight. If you can.
We can.
Just cast. Hold
This is
it.
a replacement of the guard.
Make sure it's over. Yep. Hard. Really bending. Hard.
We're over.
Hard. Keep going.
Yeah,
Okay.
some nervous times. You got to
19
make sure you get it over. You want to get it in a good spot, and they accomplish both.
Do you like this foul?
Very high guard, though.
And because it over curled, that stone that is behind it, the more dangerous guard is open. That's why Carrie's asking Carly to remove that. That long guard, you'll be able to get at a buried stone, no problem.
And you can see teams have been able to steal from Carrie Einarson this week.
I think so. So they're probably like top.
Kira will throw another guard.
"13 stolen ends this week, third most in the field for this Ontario side."
Those are some pretty good numbers.
Sweep for 3.
Whoa.
Running.
Whoa.
Line's great.
3.
Start to bang.
Whoa.
Line's great. Right to my broom. Yep.
We're there.
Go be deeper. Yep. Hard. Yep. Hard. Keep going. Go. Okay, that's good.
Really
Great.
nice.
Okay.
Great shot.
16.
Okay. Good call.
And that one's not accessible as they tucked it behind. That forces Carrie to go up top and peel that top guard.
Whoa. Curl.
Just clean. Good.
Good curl.
Straight peel.
So you want to be a skip at the Scotties.
I feel like every time we're
Yeah, it wasn't rhetorical, Kathy. You want the pressure, you want the big shot. Well, that's what's on the line right now. Laurie St. George in a 6-6 tie, draw to the Scotties' hearts, and you win and you qualify for the playoffs here in Thunder Bay.
Well, Laurie almost made a brilliant shot on her first. She was playing a triple. She made contact with all, but one of them got caught on one of her own. That's the stone that's biting the forefoot, and it allowed Christina Black to draw around. So this needs to be full 4 biting the hearts to guarantee herself a playoff spot.
75% on draws today. Laurie St. George.
14-6.
Needs to be shot stone. Needs to slow down. Has to stop in time. And this one will go too far. And Nova Scotia steals themselves a win. And that is massive for Christina Black. As now she holds the tiebreaker of the head-to-head versus Team Quebec.
As we watch the corner freeze lining up on our
game.
feature sheet.
So look at the records now. Black at 5-2, and they beat Quebec. Quebec falls to 5-3, and Nova Scotia. What an opportunity tonight! They'll take on Kate Cameron, Manitoba,
Yes, we can.
and that wraps up the round robin portion for Laurie St. George.
I think we're better when it's close like that.
Oh, yeah.
Stay intense.
Yeah. Focus, focus, focus.
We're just a hair high.
Yeah.
And then this is.
It was so good. Yeah, I'm only judged it. Perfect.
Give this a go, Val, and like kiss the 5.
Oh, yeah. If I whisker the 5, yeah.
I think so. Give
Straight
it a good
peel's
go.
Straight peel is better than hitting the middle yellow. Yeah. Oh no, they said they were using our timeout.
So trying to open it up, that final
Val, you got it.
stone
So
by
good.
Kira, it is so queued up to the Manitoba stone, in great position right now. And for Carrie and her team, want to open up that path. They want to be able to have a chance to get to the 4-foot if they need it.
Close.
No.
Yep. Close. No.
No.
No. No.
Roll it off. Yep.
Shooter.
Hoping to catch the red one in the house as well, but at least opens it up.
Shot stone Einarson in a 6-6 tie.
Well, they'll call
You're playing it to get shot.
a timeout.
Coach Steve Acorn will come out.
And they'll try to give them a lift.
I know, but we don't have to shot to the end.
Because you guard that, yeah. If I don't think, I mean, they guard that, and
You're running it.
Yeah.
You're running their guard.
we're just talking through. If we guard it now, they may guard that, and then we have to run.
You could also do this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind that either.
She's throwing that.
I might not mind that one right now.
Yeah.
Just gotta be careful because she's smashing that.
Yeah, but then she's going to.
Leave that guy
Did we
there.
ever play a little tap?
I don't think.
I don't think
like,
we
I
are.
really like where this
You're
is.
talking about guard versus even coming here.
Eventually, we're gonna have to move those, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
My worry about the guard is that they guard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
we're not
think-
having the guard
I
right
like
now.
that then. We just saw
I
it.
kind of like this freeze here.
You like the freeze?
Yeah.
You don't like the freeze top?
No, not yet. I don't think.
Not yet?
I don't think
So-
yet. 'Cause
Okay.
if we play that right now, they just blast it and we lose ours.
Like this guy is saving us here
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
this blast.
So
Yeah.
just freeze in another one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
freezing
like,
like
no,
on
just a
the
little-
inside. Here
Yeah,
on the inside.
little
Yeah,
low.
right here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You got it.
Is low?
We need to like just nose, eh?
Do we even want to go low? Does low kill more yellows if she smashes that?
I think you go low because then when I
I'm
play.
worried about low because I'm worried about this transfer later. Like I don't want you to set
Is
up.
there anything in
Right.
anything in
I think it
hitting
needs to
that
be
4
Okay,
just flopping
like to
on
the
top?
nose.
I
Guess
don't
we
think
could
to the
ruin the
nose.
angles, right?
Yeah. To the nose.
Freeze?
Is good.
Yeah.
Freeze, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
14.5 on Kira is 14th.
Thank you. Yeah.
I understand what Kira's
This is the
saying.
ice
If
that
you
I gave
throw
you.
the guard
I'm thinking.
right now,
I think
Carrie could guard as
Yeah.
well,
Well,
and then
then
you
I
don't
kinda
have a shot, especially if
I
she
think right
happens
about
to
there is
lock
good
them.
because they can also sweep.
Steve
too,
talked
like
about,
they
do you
were
play the hit on the
defending.
4? That's the one
Yeah.
that is in the 8-foot on the
That's another
center
that
line.
carries nice.
The problem is that if you
Yeah.
don't hit it perfectly and you wind up chipping things out, you want rocks in play because you're trying to steal.
The game story brought to you by Montana's Barbecue and Bar, proudly Canada's home for barbecue since 1995.
Well, a really good shot in 7 with that precise tap by Danielle Inglis. Carey rebounds with a 2. And then that little bit of an under curl by Danielle. There was so much, what do we do? And they wound up giving up a steal. That's really been the biggest difference in this game. But the overall numbers, Carey Einarson, those are the numbers that we expected to see from her on a regular basis this week, and she has now arrived.
It's a little light.
Okay.
Top 12.
Go then, go. You can go. Hard. Hard. Hard.
So needs to make sure she's there
Hard.
3.
Hard.
and not take away her angles. Right to the face.
Yep. Hard. Keep going. Hard.
You see Calissa move over for the curl portion, trying to carve that yellow over.
Well, because if she stops higher, she's actually taken away her own shot.
Sorry, guys. Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Good call.
Yeah, you could guard. She'd have to.
Well, we guard. She's
have
probably
the
doing
yellow.
this.
Guard, you have to guard the outside yellow.
Yeah.
And also the inside one, because she's still potentially going to do like the
that.
tap, right? So I like our original thought,
Like this.
because there's a decent chance you might have to just do it twice or you're going full 4 for the win.
And then even if it's here, we can use it. Right?
Yeah, I just don't want to create a pocket for this
Yeah.
guy. So I think it's either or.
Okay.
But
I saw it as like going dead beside her red.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So bite
Like
the
we're
T line.
okay over here.
Yeah, as long as
No,
we're.
not quite.
I don't want to leave
Well,
it.
she
we don't
could
wanna
use
leave
it,
them.
but
Yeah.
yeah. It's
So I
better
think-
than being cooked.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Like, even a little deeper though, eh?
Yeah.
Because then, so she can't just do that.
Yeah, you're still 4 foot. You go 4 foot, 4 foot, and
Is
then
this ever stupid?
Sweet.
Like,
I don't think you need to do that.
okay, yeah, it's fine. It was just a thought.
If we had
No,
a bit
it's-
more room, I like that.
Yeah.
But I like this.
Yeah, I like this.
If we,
Do you like it? or
If
do
we
you-
guard, she comes here.
Like if we put it right here.
I like our original
She
thought,
sinks
guys.
it, then
I like
Then
the
I don't
draw.
have much.
Yeah.
her
Okay.
making this is really precise.
What do you think for
But
speed?
it's just if I worry if we guard and she makes that, then you're first down on this side. So I like making it now.
Yeah,
We
I think
know
so.
it better than them.
Okay, so this is where I took last time?
Yep.
So I think
there.
that's pretty cool.
Yep.
So notionally, because of what Danielle did, they considered playing the guard, but then Reed rightly points out that if Danielle ever runs this way, then they're in a lot of trouble. And so the elected shot is to come in here. If Carey is right here, anything that Danielle does, the yellow tap, the furthest that Danielle is going to be able to get in the 4 foot is full 4, because she's moving the red out. Her Yellowstone is not going that far. If Carey is in fact around and shot in the 4 foot, lying 1 and 2, Danielle can't get shot by playing the double tap.
Yep. Hard for weight. Okay, look up.
Her first and 11, Carey Einarson after the timeout.
Easy.
Clean, nice game.
Clean, yep. Wait,
Wants
Scott.
to nibble the hearts.
Leave it around. Always curl. No, line's getting good.
Oh, wait, we're there.
Just here.
Whoa, we're there.
Curl. Always curl.
Don't want to.
Really?
Can't go back.
No, don't have to curl anymore. No.
And what a spot that is.
Sorry.
Did it go a little too deep, Kathy, or you like that?
It's pretty good.
On its own. Good. Sorry.
It is pretty good. You play the yellow double tap, it doesn't get shot. You play the freeze, you don't outcount the other one.
Like, I don't even think it's there, but the only thing we can try is, like, slamming that.
Does that red ever drag,
I don't think
Kathy?
it
The one on
touches
the
it, though.
left, does it drag and
No.
clip the one on the right that was just thrown?
I don't see it. I think Carey Einarson just made a perfect shot.
The only thing I see is like that.
Pardon?
Like this into here and hope it clips that. Like hit this guy thin.
Right.
It's the only way I see we're sitting anything.
Yeah, that's true. I think then maybe we try for that.
Yeah, I think that's the only shot.
Yeah. Throw tons of weight.
Yeah, just off nose, because this guy has to come back in really thin.
Kathy,
Yeah,
what about the yellow top 12?
Yellow,
onto the
red,
red.
playing off their own.
Yeah.
That's the only
There you
thing
go.
I see,
That
Maddie.
shot right there.
It's got to be a little high.
Okay.
There's not a lot of options. The only thing I see is you run this one and you use Carrie's stone to run back and hopefully get the double, or at least move them out of the 4-foot, because the yellow-yellow combo is no longer there.
You might get lucky, Kathy, and even on the red run back, kiss that yellow that touches the red, and then the red one spills back.
But both of those reds have to go. What a perfect shot from Carrie Einarson.
Must make when it's all said and done. Has to be shot stone. Team Ontario as Einarson has hammer here in 11. Daniel Inglis needs a little bit of magic. Run it back and jams it. And she won't even have to deliver her final stone. Carrie Einarson. She's found her groove in the late stages of the Scotties. And now owns the head-to-head tiebreaker. A massive win over Ontario.
Well, and I can't emphasize enough that you could not have drawn that or picked it up and put it in a better spot at a key time.
How many ends of curling do we need today?
And more this way.
She is starting to find her groove. Carrie Einarson, the 4-time champ.
What a wonderful shot.
Great battle, guys.
Lauren Lenentine.
Nice last one, Carrie. That's very
Coach Reed
precise,
Carruthers celebrating with their team.
You guys made that one for me.
Played 10 full ends today, Muddy. It has been a while since we've seen that. And Carrie Einarson, shades of 4-time champion, is definitely in the building.
And they have Caitlin Laws tonight, a Battle of Manitoba. How fun will that be?
For us, a lot.
So this group is still a bit of a disaster. There is a lot to be decided later on tonight. One game remains here inside Fort William Gardens, and it is Carrie Galusha and the Northwest Territories in an extra end as they're taking on Newfoundland and Labrador and Brooke Godslin out of the Remax Center, St. John's Curling Club.
Chat with Corey.
Okay. I have no idea what
Time-out being called.
Newfoundland Labrador light 2.
In a 7-7 tie, and they also have hammer, does the team from the Rock.
Still nothing.
And they're trying to get the attention of the officials for a timeout as they try and capture their first win.
What, the draw?
At this year's Scotties.
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
So here's probably pretty perfect.
Really good.
Okay.
I think we're taking here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been into the 12 right center, so I think Jess is trying to.
Yeah, we don't need to flirt with that guard. Like you shoulder roll, but you gotta hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
And it'll finish well if we
Get piece under. I think we're gonna get 14-6, 14-7.
Yeah.
It's about that, yeah.
That's really close.
And like we can be high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just deep, can't be.
No, even if you're full 12, that's fine. It's not the end of the world. She probably's forced out
Okay.
here.
Let's go right there, I think.
Well, I think going around, there's 2 stones in the house that belong to Newfoundland Labrador, but for Carrie Galusha, she's going to have a draw. No matter which way you go, there's the wide out turn, and so they know that they have to be better than 12 foot.
On the out turn? No.
So trying to make this a lot more difficult for Carrie Galusha to find a way to steal.
Yes, then, Sarah. Yes, then, Sarah. Yes, Sarah.
Where are you? Yep. Yes.
Yes, Sarah. Hard.
Yep. Hard, hard, hard.
Little, just the kiss. Did it slow it down enough? So a couple rocks still to come. And right now it is Newfoundland Labrador lying the 3.
Let's try that again. I thought that weight was perfect when I let it go, honestly. So I've been heavy and then under throwing, so can I just throw it the same?
So in a 7-7 tie in the 11th end, as you see on your left, it is Newfoundland Labrador with hammer in this extra end. Right now they lie the 3, so At the end of this one, Carrie Galusha has to be shot stone. Looking to come behind her yellow, I believe, Kathy, and lock one in, buried for shot rock.
Trying to follow the path that Brooke was just taking. Brooke just that little bit heavy, and so for Carrie, she had the chance just to see it.
Wait only. Whoa. Whoa, you have room. You can.
Stacey Curtis, 2017, the last time Carrie Galusha lost to Newfoundland and Labrador at the Scotties.
No. Megan, if you can. Okay.
And nothing to it yet. Has to be shot stone. Has to dig in here. Has a bit of backing. And won't need it. So there you go. That is the shot stone, but one to come. Just deciding what she wants to play here, Brooke Godsland. And it will be the draw. She'll follow Carrie down to try pick up the single and get her first win at this year's Scotties here in Thunder Bay.
That was close. I got it. Yep.
I don't love that 4 rock. Like I tried to throw it similar.
Well, and for Brooke, it wouldn't only be her first win at the Scotties. It would be her first Scotties win, period, as
Maybe a touch less,
one of the
Aaron.
rookies coming in this year.
Seven tie. Extra end. Final stone.
Where?
And the draw for the win.
Where?
It's got to curl a bunch.
Where?
Okay, go straight then. Go curl, Camille. Camille,
Would love to be full 4. They've got a little bit of backing.
You're still on the front. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep. Straight.
Has to stop and stop in time, and a tough miss and an extra, and Carrie Galusha will escape. A stolen win.
Oh, sorry.
It's so difficult. You become so focused, and you're out here, and there's only one sheet, and you want to make it so bad. Just that little bit of extra adrenaline that you can't anticipate until you're at your Scotties.
You played so good. Thank you. That's okay.
And that is why the sport will really miss Carrie Galusha when she steps away.
We'll take it. Someone get me some keto. Thanks for sticking with me on that draw. Wait.
Well, Pool A is decided. Pool B is a disaster. As literally 6 teams, Kathy, still have the potential to end up with the 5 wins. So it's the head-to-head battle. It's the draw to the button. And I'm so excited that you and Vic and Russ and Joe, they can sort it all out. You guys can sort it all out later on tonight. But that's what we wanted, right? Excitement right down to the final draw of round robin play. And this is exciting too. When the up-and-comer, Selena Sturmey, a 4-3 record, will take on Rachel Holman. She has been on a roll, 7-0, defending champ, #1 in the world, defending Scotties champ. That is the afternoon game as the coverage continues to roll on here in Thunder Bay. Vic Rauter, Joanne Courtney, Russ Howard, Kathy Gauthier. We'll get it all sorted out, and it all ends tonight. What an exciting finish we're expecting. What an exciting championship weekend to come as the Scotties is back in Thunder Bay. It's been so much fun, myself and Kathy. Thanks for joining us for the morning show, and have a good one here. We're back this afternoon.